Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Directors, Executive Director, and staff of the Ohio High School Athletic Association extend to each of you a cordial welcome to the OHSAA football tournament event. Tonight's contest is a Division V regional matchup between Fredericktown and Fairview. This tournament is sponsored and conducted by the OHSAA for its member schools. In order to make tonight's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, coaches, officials, administrators, authority figures, and of course your team and opponent. Let's make tonight's contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials for this game have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association Board of Directors. Their experience and integrity qualify them for their important part in this friendly, interactive contest. And we would like to welcome everyone to Fairview's first home playoff game. And we'd also like to give a big thank you to all of our fans who traveled down to Ona, West Virginia last week to watch us defeat Cable Midland 56-41.
Mark, make sure you're in here. All right. Welcome in, folks. Week 11 of the Ohio High School football season right here on CVC TV. And the matchup tonight, round 1 of the playoffs. The home Fairview Warriors hosting their first ever high school football playoff game here from James B. Daly Stadium, taking on the visiting Fredericktown Freddies, again here on Chagrin Valley Conference.com. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alford with you as always on the call. And AA, the energy when you walked into the stadium tonight, you could feel it here in the beautiful city of Fairview Park, as this team haven't made the playoffs. They made it last year, lost on the road. Before that, it had been 20-plus years since a playoff appearance. Their first ever home playoff game tonight. You can feel it here on Halloween Eve.
The energy is undeniable here at Fairview tonight on this Halloween. And when you mix in the significance, the historical significance of this game, what this game means to this community, and you mix in the fact that it is Halloween, so everyone is all dressed up, ready to go. As far as excitement level, this is right up there with some of the best hyped up games that we have had on our package.
I'll tell the tape, both of these teams come into tonight's game at 8-2. The home Fairview Warriors coming off a 56-41 win at K-Bell Midland down in West Virginia. They had to schedule that game later in the year. Took a trip down south, got the job done, put up over 50 points in that game. This is an offense, that way, that is one of the best in the entire CVC. 41 points per game, led, of course, by senior quarterback Burke Lowry, who's going to be number 15 tonight in the all-black uniforms. Burke's had an incredible year, just one of 12 quarterbacks on max preps to throw for 3,000 yards this season. One of the big keys, can he get going early against a really good physical defense at Fredericktown?
He's going to have to, and he has a ton of skilled guys that can help make that happen, but it does start with, as you mentioned, number 15, Burke Lowry. Today comes into today, as you mentioned, the 3,000 passing yards, 34 touchdowns in the air. I'll also add in he has 7 rushing touchdowns as well. So you want to talk about senior leadership, you know, maintaining your poise. That's what these playoff games are about. A lot of times you're not going to see a ton of new plays. It's how well can you execute the playbook that you've ran all season long, Kyle.
Well, Fairview coming in on a 6-game win streak. Their only 2 losses this year to Columbia and to Kirtland. 2 teams that, ironically enough, play pretty similar to these this Freddy's team. They come in number 8-2, 5-2 in the KMAC. That's 3rd place, but they lost the 2, powerhouses down in Division 6 in their own right last week, losing 34-0 against Centerburg, another team that's expected to make a run in the postseason. They have a first-round bye, but the Freddies take a 90-minute journey up north to Fairview Park, and this offense, that way, you study them pretty expansively. T-style offense, they love to run the football, but you got a quarterback, obviously, in Blake Sipes, who can throw the football too when needed.
Sipes is amazing. He can get things going for this offense. Of course, Sipes and Toms, that's going to be, number 1 and number 9. Those are the 2 big-time players you're going to see here for the Freddies. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to talk about coming into this environment 90 minutes out. Meanwhile, Fairview just here at home.
Yeah, they took their trip last week to a different state to play a Week 10 game. Some scheduling issues throughout the CVC because of a few teams not having enough to field certain teams, and Fairview being able to adjust, get that 10th game on their schedule, and Cuyahoga Heights was not able to. They ended up going 7-2 this season in their own right. But Fairview 4-0 in the CVC Metro. They were the Metro Division champions. Fredericktown traveling pretty well. They got some fans over there on the visitor side. And here come, all in black, the Fairview Warriors. Looking to do something that has never been done in the history of this team. This is actually their first back-to-back winning seasons, that way. Coach Rank was talking to us before the game. Since 68-69.
Yeah.
Can you believe how long it's been since this team has been able to get the job done back-to-back seasons? He talked about the turnaround with this team, AA, what it meant for this team. These seniors that struggled through a 1-9 season, they've been through the ups and downs to be where they're at currently. Such a special team down there in Fairview.
We talked about all these teams that go through in the CVC, the rebounding. We see teams that kind of go from, the basement to all of a sudden to be in this position. I mean, this is pretty special what Fairview has done, what both of these teams have done coming into this game. But Fairview, they want to win. Obviously, you want to win. It's not just about being here. Coach talked about that too. It's like, this is cool, but you got to expect to be here at this point, and you got to come away with a W.
They talked about the things they need to look out for, Fairview does, and the physicality of the Freddies too, what they bring to the table. You mentioned Gavin Toombs, number 1, 6'5", 240 pounds, listed as a tight end and a linebacker. He plays running back too in this T-style offense. So hard to bring down. Saw him on the field, the size, the speed, one of the big numbers they've circled down there in the Fairview defense. They're going to get a chance to try and stop him on this first possession because Fairview won the toss. They deferred to the Freddies.
And what's going to be interesting, you won't miss number 1, as you just mentioned. You're not going to miss him. If you think about, Kirkland, you think about Cuyahoga Heights, certain teams that run the ball a lot, think like for every 20 plays, 16, 17 of those plays are going to be runs. But Tom, he can go over the middle and with the play action, so this defense got to be ready. It's going to be a big-time game here tonight.
We saw Vegas Fargus is going to boot this one away for the Warriors. Trying to get that first ever playoff win. They want to do it at home. They've had opportunities in the past, including last year they had to go on the road. This time they get to friendly confines. John B. Daly Stadium. The kickoff is underway. Taken in by Fredericktown. Short return down to around the 40-yard line, and that is where the Freddies will take over. And we mentioned their own quarterback, Blake Sipes, the senior, 6'2", 180 pounds, the running ability and the ability to beat you with play-action pass. We saw in pregame, he's got an arm, he can make plays.
Yes, he can, and what's going to be critical for this Fairview defense here early on, you're going to see a ton of that T formation. It's going to be very tight. This offense wants to operate off tackle, so it's going to be very important up front. Gap responsibility, beating your guards is going to be huge for this defense.
A couple different players to look out for on this offense. I mentioned the offensive line too big. First down, handoff inside. Again, trying to flex the physicality. Was a run on the inside for number 21. That's Kirk Parker. You're going to see him get some carries tonight as well. He got about a gain of around 3.
Xander Luckmeyer on the carry.
And this is one of those cases where, and I say this with playoff games, especially here early on, you know, you need the home field advantage. You start on the defense, you know, be locked in, be ready.
You never know where that ball is going to go to when you play these kinds of offenses. Luckily, Fairview used to it. Seen it a bunch. There's the pitch. Here comes Toombs, and he gets brought down in the backfield. Toombs tackle for a loss. Cal Reese got back there quickly and got him.
He's one of those guys defensively that can make things happen, but if you're going to consistently get Toombs down, it won't be just solo tackles. It can't be. It has to be gap responsibility, gap tackling.
Well, if you get in the backfield quick enough, too, he got the pitch and immediately got hit. No chance to make a move. If you can get back there fast enough, you can try and take away some of those blocking assignments and just get the job done quick. Now 3rd and long. This is where the Freddies don't want to be when you have a run-first type offense in that T formation. He a pitch. Parker to the outside. He's trying to work his way back in. He cuts through. Parker turns upfield. Gets past the 40-yard line down to around the 39. Kirk Parker moves the chains on a big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, Parker does a great job just with the speed. You know, a broken tackle as well. And I mistakenly said gap tackling, gang tackling. Because you need that. If you do gap tackling, you're going to miss everybody.
Well, that's the thing. They want to get to the outside. This is something you mentioned, off-tackle runs, trying to move the ball and use that speed. Parker's got it. We know Toombs, despite the size, can get out there. And the quarterback, Sipes, as well. All 3 are dangerous when it comes to making plays on the outside of the tackles. You want to try and force them inside. And then, as you mentioned, double A, gang tackle through. It's 1st down on the 39-yard line. Sipes, pistol shot. He's going to take it himself. Left side, cuts up the middle, gets down near the 35-yard line. 4 yards.
Yeah, I think Mason Woodworth made that tackle.
I hear his name a lot on the defensive end, too. Woodworth, the part of that senior class that's seen so much ups and downs for this Fairview roster. Trying to keep their season going with a huge opportunity tonight. 2nd down. Parker's going to get the pitch in motion left side, working towards the top of your screen. He's still running through. Parker lowers his shoulder and gets down to the 24-yard line. 12 yards for Kirk Parker and another 1st down.
And I'll tell you what, the quarterback, Sipes, is a monster blocker. He made some critical blocks to set up that run, get another 1st down.
Well, we talked, of course, on the other side for the Freddies to Coach Spitler, and he said, hey, we know what Fairview can do on offense. We have to control the ball, control possession, take some time off the clock, and get points on the board. And so far, so good for the Freddies on this opening drive. 1st down. Parker again in motion. He gets the handoff on a little pitch. He works out to the left side, turns the corner, and gets down to the 19. About 5 yards on the carry. Abishaw got there on the edge, but a solid 5-yard gain.
And this is where defensively, you know, this is their bread and butter, the Freddies. This is what they do, just running the ball hard.
Yeah.
So you got to get right to your assignments.
We talked about having experience with teams like Kirtland and Columbia that run this similar type of offense, but think about those games. Fairview came up short in both those matchups. So Fredericktown may have the key here to try and take time off the clock and limit possessions for that offense. 2nd and 5. Handoff on the inside, it was quick. Down to about the 16, 3 more yards. Looks like that was Cooper Auker who got the carry.
So an opportunity here. 3rd and short opportunity for Fairview to really lock things down. Again, watch the quarterback, because even if he doesn't get the ball, he can block his behind off.
3rd and short. Big opportunity for the Fairview defense. Parker going to get the pitch again, working his way out, then in, turns upfield. And he is near that first down marker. They're waving him through. He got it. Parker needed 3, got 4, and moved the chains again.
That's huge. And again, offensive line creating those opportunities here in this opening drive.
And taking time off the clock. We've already almost got 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. A long opening drive. Still no pass attempts yet for this Freddy's offense, and you may only see a few throughout the game, but building that running attack. Parker's been fantastic on this opening possession. There's a pitch. Here comes Toombs. He lowers his shoulder. Toombs still on his feet. Gets down to about the 10-yard line, maybe the 9. They'll give him the 10, so 4 more yards for Gavin Toombs. Rizzo got there on the stop.
2nd down from the 10-yard line.
You're going to need more than Rizzo to get to the ball carrier here in this. But it's so tough, though, too, because you're trying to learn here. You're trying to process information on this first drive. Where are they going to go? It's very easy to just say, like, oh, get right to the ball. But where is the ball going this opening drive?
They really utilized Parker very well. 5 carries for 44 yards unofficially on this first opening drive, and got him at the 10-yard line. Maybe a keeper for Sipes. He works at the middle. Sipes turns the corner, lays out, and he's in. Touchdown, Blake Sipes. And the Freddies strike first.
Did a great job on the run. And again, the story of this opening drive, big gaps for any of their tailbacks, or quarterback in this case, to run the football and get into the end zone. The ref almost caught damage too. That's a accidentary blocker.
That was a fake on the receiver pitch to Toombs, and Sipes kept it himself. Walked into the end zone after initial contact. Extra point is up on the way, and it is good. To score now 7-0 with 6:15 to go, almost half the quarter. And the Freddies lead the Warriors right here on CBC TV. Hey, the presenting sponsor for us here at CBC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio, with 5 locations and growing. Their next show is Friday, November 28th at the Woodside Event Center in Broadview Heights. It's their first ever Black Friday show. You can see all their shows online at greenysportscards.com. That's greenysportscards.com.
Senior Grace Dutton.
And of course, our playoff coverage brought to you all season long. Well, postseason long, I should say, by the Fairview Tavern here in beautiful Fairview Park, Ohio.
Yeah, and you even see, like, that logo you see at the bottom left. They just put a new logo up on the storefront. There it is right there, all lit up, ready to go.
Well, speaking of lit up, ready to go, this offense going to get their first opportunity, but it took half the first quarter to get there, and score on the board, rather, for the Freddies to be up now 7-0. Pretty much a perfect opening drive for Fredericktown. Now can Fairview respond? It's going to be a bit of a middle range kick, taken in at about the 20-yard line. Comes Clark down the side. He's working his way up. LaMarcus Clark gets out near the 35-yard line, and that's where Burke Lowry and company will get started. Fantastic season for Burke Lowry. We talked about that, obviously, AA before the game a little bit in the pregame. Over 3,000 yards, over 30 total touchdowns. What a fantastic year. And now, this is where it matters most in these moments. At home, in front of your home crowd, trying to get that first playoff win. It starts with this first drive.
Yeah, and it starts knowing that you're down 7-0 in this playoff game. So immediately, adversity, you got to face that. But I trust this backfield too. I mean, so they're going to also have to come through as well.
Yeah, LaMarcus Clark's had a fantastic season. If he has a good game today, it could be over 1,000 yards. He gets the pitch on first down. Clark works to the outside. Going to lay forward and get maybe about a yard.
Number 6, LaMarcus Clark on the carry. Stop made by 5, Caden Gibson for the Freddies.
Caden Gibson able to get the stop
Second down
for Fredericktown, so second and long on the way.
And that's what they have to do. They have to, that outside containment. Both teams, that's going to be key here today defensively.
This receiver core that's been balanced, had a great year. Little short pass to LaMarcus Clark. He gets about 5, so it's going to set up 3rd and 4.
Pass is complete to number 6, LaMarcus Clark.
And Savion Harris, luckily number 11, did not get called for blocking it back because that was close. But a necessary game for the Warriors.
These teams down in Stark County, Knox County, south of us here, just north of Columbus, the toughness is definitely evergreen with all the teams towards Central Ohio. 3rd down, Lowry looking to pass. Quick throw over the middle. It is caught, and he's got a wide open lane. Nobody is there. Touchdown. 61 yards to Savion Harris, and Fairview takes 3 plays to get near even with Fredericktown.
Welcome to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Strike for strike. The Freddies went right down the field their way. This go around, the Warriors go down the field their way. What a big play. 3 plays, as Kyle just mentioned. 1-point game with the extra point coming.
What a touchdown pass and throw, a deep slant. Barker's going to try and put this one through and tie the game at 7. Talk about the long drive of the Freddies. It took less than a minute for Fairview. They ended up jumping. See who they call that on. It's going to be on the defense. So now the question is, and we've seen Fairview do this, do you go for 2?
Look at the personnel changes you're seeing right now.
Oh,
I think
boy.
you get your answer.
As he move a little bit closer, and it opens the door to maybe attempt to go for this here.
They were successful. We had their game against Cuyahoga Heights a few weeks ago. They were successful going for 2. They stealing possessions away.
Well, they're going to do it. Clark on the right hip. Be a quick pass to the outside. It is caught. He's in. Uncovered Allen on the outside gets in for 2. And how about that? 8-7 the score. Fairview converts the 2-point conversion. Look at this play, double quick.
It was very quick, and the defender could not get out there in time. Great play call, and what Fairview has the advantage of, speed with their athletes. They flip the score up 8-7.
Now transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution. What an opening sequence from both sides. The Freddies doing what they wanted to do, a long, near 6-minute drive, and then Fairview takes less than a minute to respond.
Craziness, and then even like you just mentioned, the penalty by the Freddies, because Fairview was going to kick the extra point.
Yeah, to try and tie the game, but when you cut that distance to go in half, gives you a chance with that offense. Quick pass to Will Allen, he gets in for 2, and that's why we have an 8-7 game now, is the Freddies will get the ball right back here. A little short kickoff. Farkas going to drop that one down there. Ball's loose, it's on the floor. Did Fairview get it? They did! The Warriors retain possession, they get it back.
Wow!
It was a short kickoff and trying to fall on it, the right move, but didn't get his hands on the ball. Clark sprints down and gets the recovery, and Fairview with a chance to add to their early lead.
It's unreal how the playoffs, the ball can bounce a certain way and completely change the football game.
He tried to do the AA school of special teams there, just fall on the ball. The Freddies tried to, but just couldn't control it. Hey, it's cold out there. It's Halloween night.
Well, the player for the Freddies was out of position. I think he was trying to go for a bounce. Remember, they play on grass field normally, so, this is a different territory for them.
This is familiar territory for Fairview. They seem to always find a way to steal a possession or two per game. Lowry, pass, taking a shot, open receiver, one pass, one score. Will Allen, touchdown. Oh my! 24 yards for a touchdown. Allen breaks on the late corner route, and he's in for 6.
Immediate separation from the DB, and it might have been a linebacker that he might have been facing, or a safety. Immediate separation and just a rainbow of a throw to the end zone.
Burke Lowry proving all the people right here in the CVC about his ability to throw that football and spin it despite the cold weather. Wearing a glove doesn't matter. As Farkas will line up the extra point again. This time everyone stays on sides. Kick is up and it is good. So the score now 15-7. Fairview on top of Fredericktown here. They score 15 points that way in a matter of around a minute or so.
If you're talking how quickly this football game changed, 1 minute of game action, 90 seconds in real time. I'm not even joking. Like, we was just talking about how impressive this Freddy's offense was going down the field, and Fairview still has to figure that out. But, the penalty allows Fairview to go for 2, and then the turnover on the kickoff, an immediate score, and mistakes that just can't be made at Fairview, making the Freddies pay both times.
Well, again, it was Savion Harris, 61 yards, the first touchdown. Then it was Will Allen for the 24-yard strike after LaMarcus Clark recovered the kickoff that was bobbled by the Freddies. And what amazing start. After the defense gave up that 6-minute touchdown drive where the Freddies took off so much time, you wouldn't be able to tell because a minute and 10 seconds of game time later, and all of a sudden, Fairview has his 15-7 lead. Farkas to boot this one again away. This one's going to be short, and it's going to be taken right at the 44-yard line. Not a lot on that one. But Junior Butler, who's actually the backup quarterback, able to fall on that one immediately. No chance of that one getting away from anybody.
I appreciate the play call.
Hey, at this point, you take a shot.
Why not?
It's cold out there, like I said. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to just corral that football. And you mentioned playing on grass versus playing on turf. There's a difference, the way the ball bounces. And now, the last time this offense had the football, they were up. They had scored the first score of the game. Now they find themselves trailing by 8. 4:52 to go in this first quarter. Sipes going to pitch to Parker. Parker, top of your screen, working through. He's going to get brought down for a loss.
Number 21, Kurt Parker on the carry.
Dick Harris got back there defensively. And Rizzo.
Yeah, Rizzo, Harris, you're right, double A. Good call by Parker. Loss of 1 on Parker, his first negative carry of the game. And now the Fairview defense, buoyed by the offense and special teams, playing some good football here in this first quarter. Feeling some confidence.
You saw a little bit of hesitation there offensively from Park. We didn't see that in the first drive, but defensively, they got to their spots quicker.
Second down and long. Ooh, they may have gotten something here. It's going to be offsides on the defense.
Marker down, offsides against the Warriors.
So 5 yards in the positive direction for the Freddies here. They'll put the ball just on the other side of midfield. And again, this is where Fredericktown doesn't want to be trailing by possibly almost multiple scores. Right now, still a one possession game. You can still go down and try and go for 2 if you want, if you can get a touchdown. But you don't want to be trailing for too long against this Fairview team because, as you just saw double A, and everyone did, they can put up points in a hurry.
But defensively, you don't want to give up those penalties either.
Talked about the edge, trying to win those matches. Toombs gets the carry up the middle, and he gets stopped. It's a good play up the middle. Rizzo was there, as well as Jackson Habishaw.
Stop made by 54, George McClear.
And I think you mentioned because of the deficit, because of the amount of times the Freddies run the football, if I'm not mistaken, they've only passed probably less than 100 attempts all season long.
Now, we did the math back at home because I'm not as smart as a calculator. It turned out it was around 8 to 9 attempts a game. But if they get behind early, you may have to see some of those play action passes maybe sooner than originally planned. Third down. Maybe a fake pitch. There it is. It's going to be a pass rolling out to his left. Sipes looking, get a fake. He's going to turn the corner and run. Sipes is going to have the first down and out of bounds past the 40 down to the 39-yard line of Fairview. He drew in the defender with the fake and then took off down the sideline and got that first down.
And watch defensively. They wanted to go to one. I mean, you're going to see it kind of develop here. But Sipes, veteran, senior quarterback, he did a great job. I love how he operated this entire play. The options were taken away. He drew in the defender, like you mentioned, Kyle, and took off, got the first down. Great play by the quarterback.
Good coverage by Fairview. Better offense by Fredericktown as they move the chains, and it's first down on the other side of the 40. For the Freddies, trying to respond after Fairview's blitz on offense here in this first quarter. Toombs, it's a handoff on the inside. The ball is down. And it's going to be recovered by Parker. It was a pitch to Toombs and a handoff to Parker. Parker able to recover the football, but that was dangerous there for the Freddies.
Yeah, Toombs never really got the ball.
Well, Toombs had it, and he pitched it to Parker because it was supposed to be that double pitch, that T kind of style offense. And we've seen it work, but that play, not so much.
We see them do a little bit of something with that during the pregame, try to work on that. You need timing to be on point. Remember, it's a bit cooler, as you mentioned, too, with the weather. It's not, it's not freezing, but it's cooler. It's not 70 degrees.
It's a chilly night. I want to thank you for watching us here. Maybe you have a sound while you're passing out candy. Appreciate that. Keep it for Sipes, top of your screen. He runs. Lowers his shoulder and gets near the original line of scrimmage, so we'll get about 3 back. So it'll be 3rd and 10 on the way for the Freddies.
And now Fairview knows. Great job collapsing there defensively. Harris did a great job. Now they know on 3rd down, you're going to have to, again, the secondary lock in, have your receivers. But also, what do you do there? If Sipes does take off, maybe you have somebody hanging around. Maybe it's a spot. Don't know.
So they only give 2 on that play, so now it's going to be 3rd and 11 at the 40-yard line. I know that Fredericktown has a kicker, but I don't know if in this condition this is going to be makeable. So you probably have to get some good yardage here. Going to be a pass, going to be a screen. Toombs open, catches it one-handed, turns upfield. Toombs lowers his shoulder, gets down to about the 31. Got 9, needed 11, so 4th down. And a decision coming for Coach Spittler and company.
Yeah, this would be a deep field goal, probably out of range here, so going to go for it. Great catch. And I'm actually surprised Toombs got yards out of that play.
And he caught that ball with his right paw, hold it down. And now an opportunity on 4th and short to try and get this first down to the drive line.
Watch the hard count.
Parker in motion, they called it, and there it is. It's going to be on Fairview. They got him. So that ball is going to move past the line again, and it's going to be a first down. Don't even have to run the play.
Yep. I think you're gonna. I think for both coaching staffs, we got a piece of what the halftime speech is going to be. Penalties. It means so much here in these playoffs. It really does, because now again the Freddies have momentum. New set of downs.
And don't blink. 40 seconds to go already in this first quarter. That's time of possession-wise been dominated by the Freddies, but the score tells you what you need to know. Fairview was able to hit fast and hit hard 2 times. First down. Parker gets to that pitch against the left side, working through, going to get torn down after a short game.
On the carry. Looked like he was tripped up by Danny O'Neill.
Parker, a tall guy himself, again 6'2", 185 pounds.
Yeah, that's going to let us run the clock down here to the end of the first quarter, and the score after one, 15-7. Fairview here at home. First ever home playoff game on top of the Freddies of Fredericktown by 8 right here on CVC TV. Of course, our playoff coverage brought to you, as always, by the Fairview Tavern. Appreciate Robert and everyone over there for supporting us and supporting great high school football across the CVC, including right here at Fairview Park.
I mean, the Fairview Tavern is less than a mile from the stadium. I mean, just to think about the excitement level. When we came here, our crew has been here, and for this game to happen, it's been crazy. And it's been a crazy first quarter.
Fairview has literally about a minute and 15 seconds of time of possession. The Freddies held the ball the rest of that first quarter to play almost 11 minutes, and they're down by 8 points. It's just the ability to literally score in a blink of an eye. Fairview's offense, 2 major plays. They got a kickoff that was supposed to be just a kind of a pooch kick, recovered inside the 30-yard line of the Freddies because of the bobbled, return. And 1 play later, another strike to Will Allen for a touchdown. The touchdown before, a 61-yard strike to Savion Harris on a deep crossing route. I mean, what a fantastic offense with so little. 4 plays they've ran, 2 of them have gone for touchdowns.
And they have. Now, the other story when the Freddies do have the ball, remember, if you're just joining us, this drive started really on short field. Fairview went for an onside kick attempt, and the Freddies recovered. So short field here. And they have a 4th down conversion just because off of a penalty.
They got them to jump off sides. Now we're going to see 2nd and 7 inside the 25-yard line of Fairview. When the Freddies have been able to have the ball on offense, they've been able to burn some clock and get down the field now on both of their drives. Can they convert again? Going to be a keeper for Sipes up the middle. Working his way through and going to get torn down near the 19-yard line. So another 4 yards for Blake Sipes.
I saw some sound advice from a coach at YouTube University. And this coach from YouTube University said the way you defend the T formation is like, okay, which back do you tackle?
All of them.
Yes. You have to.
Do I get my honorary doctorate from YouTube University now?
You still all student loans.
No, that's unfortunate. Going to be a keeper again. I should say rather looks like Toombs actually got the football and a quick handoff inside. Gavin Toombs going to move the chains. He's down to about the 11. It's a first down, 9 yards for Toombs. His biggest play from scrimmage so far tonight.
And that's what makes this young man so dangerous, because second effort, broken tackles in there. So even if you get to the spot, it's so hard to bring him down. And we can't stress enough how tall he is.
Oh my goodness, 6'5", 230 AA, the size and the speed too, the ability to get in the open field and get a full head of steam. It's so hard to bring down someone that has that kind of size. You keeper up the middle, running through, and they got down to about the 2 to 3 yard line. That was Reese Hannon who actually came in and took the snap.
Oh boy, that's a new wrinkle in this game. A new wrinkle offensively, another person who can carry the football.
Taking it off is Sipes now back under center. They can technically get a first down without scoring here. There it is, and it's Toombs, and he's in. Gavin Toombs able to walk into the end zone, and just like that, the Freddies pulled just a bit closer.
Watch the quarterback, number 9, beyond the snap. And you'll see his ability to get that kick-out block. He's one of the better blockers from the quarterback position that we've seen all year.
It's a great cut on the inside. It was almost like a pass back to the inside, a little shuffle pass on the little pitch, and Toombs able just to get in there and score. Isaiah Brake going to try and kick this one through. It's a fake. I don't know if that was on purpose. The ball is out. It's going to be picked up, and you can't advance it if you're Fairview. High school rules, can't do it. So they're going to call that just, I guess, an incomplete pass. I don't even know if they call it a fumble.
I think it was I think the snap was mishandled. The hold.
Yeah, so the score is going to stay 15-13. Fairview holds on to that lead. How big was that 2-point conversion double?
Huge, and it would just happen now because the Freddies are still going to be chasing despite a great offensive drive.
Well, if you have an unwanted guest in your home, contact Alpha Animal Removal. I know it's Halloween, and of course, really, we love the spirit we're in it. We're not wearing costumes because we have to look somewhat professional tonight, but our friends at Alpha Animal Removal, even if it's past tonight when you expect bats, if you have bats in your home, they also handle that too. They can make sure they get rid of those humanely for you because you don't want bats in your house, let's be honest, especially past Halloween. Hey, and by the way, too, they also help any sort of animal entry. They help clean, remove, and sanitize your attic and replace insulation after the animals have infested it. So not only do they help they get you out, they help you also take care of things when it's already happened. You can go to alphaanimalremoval.com to solve your infestation or bat problem. That's alphaanimalremoval.com.
I personally believe today's the best day to contact Alpha Animal Removal.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
They're expecting your call, your email. Look them up. Get your appointment. And tell them we sent you too. Over at CBC TV.
Definitely.
All right. 10:13 to go in this first half. The Freddies pulled in 2. Another solid long drive. It saw a pass play and we saw some great running. 4th down conversion. Freddies are stealing back some momentum here. How will Fairview respond? Could be a short onside kick. It's taken in right at midfield, actually just inside of it.
Number 5, Golden Gibson on the kickoff. The onside kick was recovered by 54, George McClear.
That was a great job.
1st and 10 Warriors at the 49.
Right there by George McClear to be ready for that. He fell on it immediately, no doubt. The Freddies trying to maybe steal a possession back in their own right double way, but Fairview ready for that.
How about the aggressiveness? First-year head coach Scott Spittler over at the Freddies. Last year they were 5-5. This year, making another big jump to be in 2nd year in a row these playoffs. Again, aggressiveness, try to steal possessions away.
Fairview also now on right with Coach Sean Rank in the playoffs for the 2nd consecutive year. This time trying to get one done. Throw, Lowry, caught. The catch by Reese. He'll run out of bounds past the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. 11 yards and a 1st down.
We've been talking about time of possession, how the Freddies offensively have dominated. I'm like, I don't have a photographic memory that much of this Fairview offense on the field, other than a couple of those big plays.
And depending on how long this drive takes, it could be the longest possession. 1st down for Burke Lowry and company. He's completed all 4 of his passes. Here's Clark up the middle. Marcus Clark got to get a short gain.
Marcus Clark on the carry.
About 2.
Stop made by 14, Cooper Hawker.
Hawker there to get the stop on the defensive side for the Freddies.
It's going to be important to keep this defense honest, but this Freddies defense they have to prove that they can contain this Fairview pass attack.
Which is tough to do for anybody at this point. One of the best passing offenses in the state of Ohio. Pass to the outside. That one's caught. Reese again working his way through. Trying to turn the corner. He does, and he's going to get the 1st down. Reese gets near the 26. 10 yards and a 1st down again for Fairview.
The thing that caught me when we had their game against Cuyahoga Heights, their receivers, quick hips. Athletically, they are on fire. As far as once they get the football, they can do whatever they want, basically. So the defense has to settle in, wrap up, make the tackle.
Savion Harris, it's Will Allen, it's Kyle Reese, it's Marcus Clark, all different guys that can make plays. We can see Rizzo, the tight end, make a few catches too in the game. You never know. Lowry going to throw against his body. An open receiver, it's caught, and he's in! Savion Harris was wide open, 28 yards. 3rd touchdown of the 1st half from Lowry. The 2nd to Savion Harris.
It was great pressure up front, but someone did not stay home. You cannot leave him that wide open, especially Harris, who comes into this game as the leader in touchdown receptions, just right behind Will Allen.
Well, he's got 2 more already. Allen's got 1 also in the 1st quarter, and now it's 21-13. Now you have the flexibility for Fairview. Obviously want to make the extra point, but having that 8-point lead earlier on in the 1st quarter after converting that 2-point conversion helps. Farkas, it jumped off again, and I'll tell you what, they may go for it again, double A.
There it is. Yeah. Coach is calling for it.
Yep. Offsides against the Freddies.
And remember, Lowry holds those extra points, so They're going to get your quarterback out and ready. He's already there.
And remember, not only just the 2-point conversion after the same scenario played out, but the missed extra point, the fumble, on the Freddie side of things.
Well, this could be big because this could make it a 2-possession game. Currently an 8-point game. An extra point would have done that as well, but why not? Go for it here if you're the Warriors. Lowry looking to pass, got some time. Gonna take it himself, go to the left side, gets pulled, throws, end zone, it is caught! It's caught! Rizzo got it in the back. Vinny Rizzo gets the 2-point conversion, and now it is 23-13 to Fairview.
Watch the patience here of Lowry, who I thought was gonna be brought down right there, and just a flick, and just Rizzo being able to stay with his quarterback to make that play on the backside of the end zone.
6'4", 200-pound senior quarterback Burt Lowry. He's already the all-time leading passer for the school. He's broken his own single-season touchdown and yardage record this year. I mentioned one of 12 guys across the nation on Max Preps to have 3,000 yards plus passing. We know one of the other ones too, Donovan Moorhead, over at Hawkins. But wow, what an amazing first half. Two-point conversions, 6 for 6, 139 yards and 3 touchdowns unofficially for Burt Lowry in this first half. You couldn't draw up a better start on the offensive end for Fairview.
Yeah, and if you're a Freddy's fan watching this broadcast, you're saying your offense has been flawless, in this first half, but too many penalties, too many, turnovers, or not turnovers, but the penalties have been the main issue.
That lost possession is going to loom large when they didn't recover that ball, because if they were able to take it down the field, it stymies the offense for Fairview, makes them wait a little while longer. They got right back out there, scored on the next play, and got that 2-point conversion that made the difference, of course, on the first touchdown. Low line drive kick, going to be taken in. And not much for Parker there as he gets brought down to the 35-yard line.
Kickoff was fielded by number 21, Kurt Parker. Tackle made by number 4, Cal Rice, and number 6, Lamarcus Clark.
And Clark and Reese there to make the stop.
That was a sound tackle by Clark. Like just, shoulder in there and the kickoff in open space.
They call Carl in there as well. Another one of the special teams players making a play for the Warriors, who now in the defensive end, they've got to get some answers because 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Freddies.
Now, if you are the Freddies, right now, offensively, you don't got to change a thing. You can plenty of time in this football game. Still operate your offense. Fairview needs to prove that they can contain, the Freddies' rushing attack.
This is a Freddies defense too. It's only given up 30-plus points twice this season. He'll be carried by Toombs to the outside. Tough to bring him down in the open field. He is, but after a gain of about 7.
Gavin Toombs on the carry.
Gavin Toombs starting to get going.
Tackled by 12, Braden Frazier, and 34, Vinny Rizzo.
It's just amazing how much a phenomenal offensive line can give you opportunities when you're already a stud, a skilled player itself.
Doesn't hurt when your guy who's running the football is almost like an offensive lineman in his own right. When it comes to the size 6'5", 230 with the speed of a skilled position player, and you saw it on display there. It's so hard to bring down. In between the tackles, open field, Toombs making plays left and right. Pitch, here's Parker. He works his way back through. Now he's got it open side. Parker turns the corner at the bottom of your screen, and he's going to have what should be a first down to about the 48-yard line.
Fairview is getting the outside containment. The problem is that the linebackers right now, and I will lump in the safeties too, because they're run the fence, they're getting sucked in a little bit too much right now. So you're going to have to perhaps see some adjustments as far as what angles can you attack, systematically, how do you go about defending this offense?
First down near midfield for the Freddies, picking up right where they left off on the offensive end. Ooh, that was going to be a jump, and it will be. Could be a false start on the Freddies.
False start against Fredericktown.
So the first penalty on offense for Fredericktown. We'll have to move back.
Hasn't happened much defensively, but Fairview getting a break. But the problem is you can't give up 8-9 yards on this first down now.
Coach Rain talked about it pregame. Got to play a full, complete game on both sides of the football. This is a good team across from us. Maybe a fake and a pass. Sipes rolling out, looking, gonna throw. It's dumped off. There's a flag that comes in late. It's caught. They're still working through. He's gonna break free, and He stepped out of bounds, but I imagine this may be coming
Number
back.
9, Blake Sipes' pass is complete to 21, Kurt Parker.
Before you find out what the penalty is,
it's going to be
on the
home.
32-yard line. There is a penalty marker down.
I would have kept running to the end zone just because.
No, you guys, they really stepped out.
I know.
But
I would pretend like I didn't hear the whistle and just run to the end zone. You never know. It wouldn't hurt.
now the penalty came in right before the throw, I should say. So that will not count. It won't be a first down. We'll have to move backwards. We saw that in the pregame, though, AA. Fredericktown being able to use that play action and get some of those shorter completions with a lot of space.
They had a big touchdown before the end of the first half against Danville running that exact play. That's their bread and butter if they are throwing the ball downfield.
So now instead of a first down on the other side of midfield, they're going to be all the way back on their own 33-yard line now. It's 1st and 25 to back-to-back penalties on this offense. The first time this game that the Freddies have went backwards.
This is interesting now, defensively, secondary, you got to lock in still.
Sipes in the shotgun with no running back, so he's going to roll out to his left, looking, throw, Sipes up top, it's caught by Toombs. He'll go out of bounds at the 45-yard line, 12 yards, solid throw and catch.
Sipes' pass is complete to number 1, Gavin Toombs. Pushed out of bounds by number 5, Mason Woodward.
This pass offense is pretty good. Like, really good. I know that's not what they do normally, but there's been massive success when they put the ball in the air against this defense.
Really impressive. Almost getting back to the original line of scrimmage on that pass play. And yeah, just being able to get some space. Sipes is a great arm, especially on the move. He's able to get that ball out. He'll do it again. Second down, rolling out to his right. Looking, thinking about taking a shot. It's back, it's up, it's caught by Toombs. He cuts back there and spins. He's going to have a first down at the 30-yard line. Gavin Toombs with a huge 25-yard catch, and he moves the chains.
And Sipes is dangerous because he can find guys down the field. Defensively, you're seeing too many instances where guys are in one-on-one situations, and the receivers are seemingly wide open wherever Sipes is going to.
Toombs showing off his receiving and running ability. He's got that rushing touchdown, one of the two for the Freddies, and now his third catch of this first half for 49 yards unofficially, and that may be the biggest one. It was 1st and 25 originally. Now,
what, 2 plays later?
And 2 pass plays later, the Freddies find themselves in a really good spot at the near 30-yard line of Fairview.
Play clock should be going down.
There'll be a handoff. Parker works through, spins, and gets brought down to the 25-yard line, maybe the 24. That's what I'm marking down.
Tackled made by George McClear and Mason Woodward.
They're going to have to find a way, Fairview, defensively. They're going to have to find a way in the second half how to keep Sipes in the pocket. He cannot. Sipes is almost unstoppable when he rolls out of the pocket.
Yeah, Fairview giving up 24.5 points per game this season. It's been the one question mark defensively. Can they be consistent now as they play in the playoffs against some of these teams that are also 8, 9, 10-win teams? A challenge with the Freddies and their offense today. 2nd and 3. Toombs in motion. Is going to be 2 Toombs. He cuts back up the middle. Great pitch. Toombs still on his feet. He's dragging him into the end zone.
What a run.
Gavin Toombs could not be denied. 24 yards for a touchdown.
Number 1, Gavin Toombs, 24 yards.
That was a punishing run
touchdown
by Toombs. And you just see it there. It's just a line driving, and man, my goodness.
So hard to bring down. He wasn't ever brought down.
You saw
at the end. Yeah,
you saw the fans. You heard the fans reacted to that little, kick there at the end, but you didn't contact the player, but heard the fans respond to that.
Now they're going to go for this here. The 2-point conversion attempt. Sipes keeps it himself, rolls in, and he's got it.
I don't know.
Or was Toombs with?
He's short.
No,
he's short.
They handed it to Toombs, and he didn't get in. Sipes had it, but he gave it up. And Toombs gets just a half yard short. A great stand by Fairview's defense, and that means the score is going to stay 23-19. The 2-point conversions in this game, AA, are so huge now because it is a 4-point game, so a field goal wouldn't matter. They're still down.
I think if you did the math, the Freddies have left 3 or 4 points off the board off of the special team situation and, during this first half.
It's incredible to see the back and forth, and the Freddy's offense has not been able to get stopped so far in this first half. Fairview's offense, though, in its own right, it's back and forth. Both these teams in their own brand of ways, how they're doing it. Only 3 rushing yards in the first half so far for Fairview's offense. It's mostly been through the air, but it's a dangerous air attack. The Freddies have found some balance now, believe it or not, on both sides.
Yes, they have, and that's going to be something. But as of right now, until the Freddies can flip the scoreboard back in their favor, it's still Fairview's game.
Gotta wonder if there's another attempt here to get either an onside or a short kick to try and steal a possession back. Remember, Fairview's going to get the third quarter kickoff to start the second half. It is short, trying to find a gap. Take it in by Fairview, out of bounds past the 40.
41, Isaiah breaks. Kickoff is fielded by Savion Harris.
Harris was able to get to that one immediately.
Steps out of bounds.
Don't you have a feeling, Kyle, that it's going to be
Warriors.
some kind of crazy turnover or something that's going to determine this football game?
Feels like we're just going to be going back and forth with both these teams. The defense is trying to figure each other out, and the offense is playing some really good football right now. Remember, this is a Fredericktown team, averaged a little over 22 points a game, gave up 18.5 points a game. So they're kind of around even with a lot of the teams they played at the end of the day, expecting more of the same tonight.
Get both teams coming in 8-2 records.
Different kinds of offenses, but seeing similar results. Both teams getting points on the board. Clark with the carry. He's going to get spun down nearly 44 for a gain of about 2. He has not been able to get going yet on the offensive end.
Yeah, defensively, the rush defense has been on point for the Freddies. You hear their fans. As you mentioned, they traveled pretty well, getting 90 minutes out.
No, Fairview's offense, 9 plays, 3 touchdowns. So, take that for what you will. In this first half, they haven't had the ball for too long, but they've been able to make it count when they have. Lowry shouting instructions. He's got trips to the bottom of your screen. Now look to pass again. Quick throw. That was tipped. Oh, that was dangerous. On the outside, receiver fell down. That was Allen. Yeah, Nick McFerrin able to get a hand on that football. First incompletion of the game for Burke Lowry. That was dangerous, and now a test for this Fairview offense.
And we just talked about what happened if McFerrin would have been able to catch that football. That's a house call. Would have flipped the scoreboard back to the Freddy side.
Again, 3 receivers, bottom of your screen. Third down. Lowry rolls out to his right. Looking, throws. Receivers open. It's caught. Allen got it at the 39-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 2, Will Allen.
17 yards and a first down.
You're seeing an example for both quarterbacks on both teams doing a great job extending the play and putting the ball where it needs to be, getting a critical first down.
That is a huge throw and catch on the run. Put it right over the top of a defender and into Allen's hands. Clark with the carry, right side, he's got some room. LaMarcus Clark turns upfield. LaMarcus Clark gets a foot race, right side to the 10-5, touchdown! LaMarcus Clark, 39 yards. Welcome to the party, number 6.
So, it is your turn to admit, Kyle, that you were wrong about the running game this time. I joked about the limping a few games ago, but this time got some sound blocking. Clark got going into the end zone again, or for the first time in this game.
You were wondering it was a matter of time before Clark made an impact. He's done it all season long on both sides of the football. As a linebacker and as a running back, even special teams. He recovered the fumble earlier in that first few possessions, and now offensively with a huge 39-yard touchdown run. Farkas going to line up the extra point. It's on its way. It is up, and it is good. So the score now, with 4:35 to go.
The extra point is good.
30-19. Fairview on top of the Freddies right here on CVC TV. My goodness. Hey, if you're looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media at the Ohio Media School in Cleveland, offering hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach taught by industry professionals ensures your job ready in about 8 months or so. Located, of course, conveniently over in Valley View, their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Visit beonair.com to start your journey today. That's beonair.com. Well, Fairview's trying to set the record for least amount of time of possession and most points scored. I imagine they're close with what has been eventful first half, to say the least, here at James B. Daly Stadium.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what they need to do here in a few minutes here, but I mean, what they accomplished with that big run and the previous play, Lowry being able to find, I believe it was Allen, for that first down, extending the play.
3rd and 8, they had to make a big completion. Yeah, Lowry rolling out to his right. Perfect placement of that pass to Allen, who got a 17-yard gain and a first down, and that just felt like the momentum went back into the offense's hands there on that drive, and then play later, Marcus Clark able to turn upfield 39 yards for that touchdown. Line drive kick by Farkas. That one's up. That's going to be a live ball, but the Freddies should be able to recover, and they do. Cutting back upfield, trying to make a play out of this. Nowhere to go, and he's going to get stopped. It was Caden Gibson, who had nowhere to go. And it's going to be, I think, the worst starting field position for either team so far in this game. The ball going to be inside the 20. They're not actually going to mark him with forward progress at the 21-yard line. So, long field, but it hasn't been a problem for the Freddies so far in this game AA. When they've touched the ball, they've been able to go down and score.
And that's why this time here before halftime is huge here, 4:27 here. How will the Freddies operate offensively? Can they effectively use, not just get the score, but also effectively use the entirety of this quarter?
Well, Sipes 3 for 3, 49 yards. Pitch to Toombs. He'll work the right side. Toombs lowering his shoulder. He's going to get stopped.
Toombs on the carry.
It's a great stop up the middle, because Toombs had a head of steam coming around that corner and trying to turn upfield. He only gets
by host of Warriors, led by
about 3.
11, Savion Harris.
There is an injury. I wonder if that is Harris.
That is Harris. That's down, number 11.
Well, he took a shot right in his chest with Toombs. And again, 6'5", 230, downhill right into your sternum. That's not easy. To stomach. I hope Savion is able to catch his breath and he's going to be okay. 4:07 to go in this first half. It is 30-19. The Freddies trying to respond again on the offensive end. They've done a great job, AA, after that opening drive. They got punched in the mouth a little bit with that return off the kickoff. Another quick touchdown, but they've been able to go back and forth now with Fairview. He talked about it. This next 4 minutes is going to be crucial for this Freddies team if they want to stay in this game, because we've seen Fairview be able to just pull ahead with the offense.
Yeah, and also I believe Fairview gets the ball to start the next half.
They do.
So that's going to be huge as well. We're going to keep track here of Harris, just make sure he's okay. Obviously, player safety is the number one important thing, because he's been a weapon on both sides of the ball as he's back up now.
Yeah, he's been key cog on the defensive side. Offensively, of course, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. He's been, crucial for the Warriors' offense. He'll jog off the field. He's wearing some awesome-looking gloves, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Can't miss him. Can't miss him when he's out there. We got pink tape. We got green gloves. Partridge in a pear tree. Can we talk about Christmas yet, or is it too soon?
What if I told you my Christmas tree is already up?
I would believe you.
Well, it's not up yet.
Well, I mean, what about that carry by Sipes? And he will
Keeper
get a handful of yards there.
And Harris is right back in the game. Sometimes like big games, the player never wants to come out ever. So when they have to come out for a play, you stand really, really close to the coach.
That was the old adage in basketball. You get taken out of the game, you sit next to the coach.
Yes.
So he doesn't forget about you in the middle of the game, and that's part of it. I'm pretty sure that Coach Rank ain't going to forget about Savion Harris.
Critical 3rd down here for both teams.
Well, this is not an advantageous field position. You probably want to get this one. Parker with the carry. He turns upfield. He's going to be short by about a yard or 2.
Stop by 56, Danny O'Neal.
O'Neal got there on the stop. 4th down and a long 2 yards in decision time for Fredericktown. Coach Spittler, what do you do here?
Well, if you're Fairview, the coaching staff, you're telling your players do not jump under any circumstances. Gave up a 4th down earlier in the game off a short field.
The crowd on the Fairview side with some encouragement.
Yeah.
Don't jump.
I don't know if it was encouragement or a statement.
It looks like they're letting this clock roll down here. They're going to take a timeout. Freddies will do that with 2:35 to go. So again, decision time will be on the other side of this timeout, Double-A, what they plan to do in this spot, down 11, at this far point in your own territory. You would think this is a punting situation normally, but because of the offense they're punting to, what do you do here? Who knows?
I'm going for it. I would go for it.
Well, you've got one back there who, if you can usually say, hey, give me 2 yards, most times he'll be able to do that for you.
You know, and I'll say this, Fairview defensively has not proven that they can make a big stop from a passing side of things. So if you can get Sipes, who's been successful rolling out of the pocket, depends on the pressure, kind of see what's going on there. But if he can extend the play, that could be huge, and he has the ability to take off on his own and get the first down. You only need 2 yards.
4th down and 2.
Well, it's the beauty of having 3 different players that can run off for huge gains. And they look like they're going to go for it here. Sipes under center, tight T formation. Toombs in motion, he gets it. Toombs working, right side. He's going to lower his shoulder, and he should have it. When in doubt, give it to your 6'5", 230-pound running back and let him put his head down and get 3. Move the chains for the Freddies.
Yeah, you know what? Other than the fell 2-point conversion, he's been, any yardage you need out of Toombs, he's going to get it.
He's got now officially, I guess unofficially, over 100 total yards of offense in this first half, couple of rushing touchdowns. One of the key cogs as we expected in this game, just so hard to bring down. Because now he goes to the outside again. Plays technically tight end, but what a weapon to have for Sipes in this offense.
Yeah, unofficially on my depth chart, he's athlete.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe a quick pass to the outside. They're going to take a shot. Got a receiver broken. Parker's to come back, and he caught it. Parker got it. He goes upfield and torn down. Past the 35, down to about the 31-yard line. It's a receiver pass in the back. The blocking, great job, and what a launch. Toombs underthrows, and Parker comes back to the football and makes the play.
And that's a great job coming back to the football, too. Just, again, the Freddies giving themselves opportunities offensively.
This is a huge turn here. 1.5 minutes to go in this first half. The Freddies trying to get on the board and make this again a one-possession game as we go into the break.
And they have 2 timeouts. They can still run the ball.
So Toombs now looks like he's going to take the snap. Sipes going to go into the flat here. Toombs bobbles it. He picks it up, throws, and it's intercepted! It's intercepted!
You're kidding!
Allen has the ball. He's got space. A flag's in on the backside. 2 flags are in. It was after the interception. They may say it was an illegal hit. It's going to be after the interception, though, so that's going to stand. Toombs is not the quarterback normally. Remember, he underthrew his receiver last time. Parker came back and was able to make it this time. It was a good read by Allen. We'll see what the penalty is. Looks like maybe it'd be unnecessary roughness against Fairview, but yeah, illegal hit. So it should be Fairview football.
The interception is going to stand. I'm a little bit concerned with Sipes because he took a shot, obviously. That's your quarterback. So I know you want to, go for the big plays, of course. It almost worked, but, man, that quarterback taking a hit there, but changing the turning of the field. And here's where I would be, if I'm Fairview, you got 62 seconds to really put a dent in this playoff game.
It will be 1st and 10 Fairview.
1st and 10. So they officially marked that ball. Looks like it's at about the 11. What a play by Will Allen. He had the touchdown catch in the first quarter, the second one to pull ahead.
But you also had a fumble, a little fumble again. Toombs got it back.
Toombs had to kind of force the ball out because he was going to get hit for a loss.
Messed up the timing.
Again, not a natural quarterback. He's an athlete, but you've got a guy at Sipes that can make that throw usually. Lowry going to take a shot down the field. He got him. Open receiver. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Braden Frazier. 88 yards. The 4th touchdown. A flag came in late. We'll see what officially it's on.
That touchdown should stand it again. Just a big play. Or maybe not.
And they're walking this back, and it looks like I don't think it's going to count. Wow.
Was it an ineligible receiver?
Penalty is a hold against the Warriors.
It's a
holding.
hold, yeah, which, again, when your quarterback rolls out, it's always a possibility, and the Freddies survive the big play. This is something that, you know, Coach Spittler talked to us a little bit about AA in the pregame, like, hey, got to avoid big plays, got to have more on our end, and they get bailed out with the penalty there.
Another opportunity, man. Man, playoffs, you get everything coming at your way, both teams.
That would have been an 88-yard catch and run from Braden Frazier, who's been quiet in this first half. But again, it just shows you, Fairview, the ability and the want to take big shots, even despite the lead, even despite the time on the clock. Some coaches would take a knee, be happy. They're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. Coach Rank, aggressive.
Secondary got to lock in. It's really that simple.
Lowry, pressure, throws, middle, that one's caught. Backing through, Allen working his way up the field down to about the roughly 30-yard line. I should say that's Clark, rather, who made the catch. And Fairview got to take a timeout.
First down. Timeout, Fairview.
20 yards to Marcus Clark, and again, the offense just dissecting this defense.
And Clark is a weapon, you know, not just in the backfield, but also, you know, as a receiver too. And it's just, you see the difference in athleticism, you know, with these receivers versus the Freddies defensive backs. And they're getting caught, you know, quicksand. That can't happen if you want to have success against this Fairview Warriors offense.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't matter where the ball is on the field. If the offense for Fairview has the ball, you're in trouble. That's what it seems like anytime they touch it.
And think about what happened to them too. With the interception, you had the illegal hit, you know, so, you know, the offense goes back for that. Then the touchdown taken away, the offense goes back again, and still, you know, big play after big play.
Still an opportunity, 42 seconds to go in this first half. Fairview still got 2 timeouts to work with here. Lowry in that shotgun, Clark on his right hip. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Lots of space out there in the secondary.
I'm working the middle of the field if I can.
They might. Lowry going to fake and go back out to the left side. Top of your screen, Vic the fake. Lowry turns upfield. He's going to try and get some yards with his feet.
Did he stay in bounds?
I'm not sure. I think they got him out of bounds.
Lowry on the keeper.
Looks like maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe.
Back to the line of scrimmage, brings up second down.
So Lowry able to bail himself out there and get back and out of bounds. Save a timeout. 33.5 seconds to go in this first half.
Defensively, much better effort, of course. DB's locking down the receivers, got pressure up the field.
Again, trips out to the bottom of your screen. Lowry going to step up, throw, middle, pass, tip, intercepted! Intercepted! Turning upfield, a chance for a return.
Can't give up on the play.
Cutting through and down to the 10, inside the 10-yard line. What a play over the middle. And the first mistake by Fairview's offense opens the door for the Freddies.
And it was the quarterback, Sipes.
Lowry's pass is intercepted by number 9, Blake Sipes.
That is huge.
Return down to the 10-yard line. There is a penalty marker down.
Another penalty. And again, it happened after. They're saying it looks like they're putting Fairview's direction there on that penalty. No, there it is. It's a block, low block on the return, I believe. So the interception should stand. But Sipes, remember, he got hit big time that last possession. This time able to make a play on his own right on defense.
Yeah, what a redemption for him as
Penalty was a
himself.
personal foul against Fredericktown.
And now Sipes has an opportunity, you know, after getting the football back for his team,
First and 10 at the 25.
he has an opportunity to close the gap.
And that's Burke Lowry's first interception since week 7. Remember, he threw 11 in the first 7 games. He had been turnoverless in the past 3.
You wanted the secondary, if you're a Freddy's fan, to step up. They did more than that. Chance after chance, they got the key turnover.
Sipes now going to roll out to his left. Looking. Sipes throws. That one short, incomplete. Good tip. on the defense there by Woodward.
Blake Sykes passes incomplete, broken up by Mason Woodward.
Number 5,
Second down.
Caden Gibson, broke in the slant there and probably was too late for the quarterback to find him, but it would have been a tall task. It would have been the opposite end, but
normally, yeah, you want to throw with your body and you want to throw with momentum. Trying to throw back over the middle against your body is tough. So Sipes made the right decision. Just great coverage there by Woodward to knock that ball away.
yeah, nobody out here is Patrick Mahomes. Just do something safe. Find another play.
Second down. 16 seconds to go in this first half. Sipes stops, runs back out again, looking, gonna throw short. That one's caught. It's got Parker open. Parker gonna get spun down inside the 10. They're gonna need to call a timeout. With 6 seconds, they will.
Sipes' pass is complete to number 21, Kurt Parker. Tackled made by number 2, Will Allen.
Allen gets the stop
Fredericktown.
and prevents a touchdown after the gain of 19.
Well, this is again what makes Blake Sipes so dangerous, because he's communicating with Parker. Like, not only just rolling out, but he's pointing out like, hey, go a little bit, break open with the slant. You got an open spot. I can throw the football right to you. He's been doing that all game. This offense keeping this team in the game, but hey, Sipes on defense, gotta give defense credit as well.
Playing great defense now, and the offense with a chance to try and close this into a one-possession game going into the half. They had a turnover in their own right, both teams giving the ball up with a pair of interceptions in the last 2 drives. And now the Freddies, the first and goal at the 7, 6 seconds to go. Maybe you can get 2 plays here if you're quick. But the question is, that play, if you don't, do you kick a field goal if it's quick incompletion or the ball doesn't get there? And do you take an 8-point lead or an 8-point deficit? It's still a one-possession game.
It would be a one-possession game. Come away with some kind of points.
So normally, the way they run the offense, this play will take at least 4 to 5 seconds to run. Sipes gonna roll to his right, looking. He may have to launch it here. Sipes throws it, back corner. Is it jump ball? It is! Incomplete. Zeros on the clock.
Sipes' pass is incomplete.
And it's halftime.
Broken up by number 11,
Savion Harris with one of the biggest plays this first half, keeping the Freddies off the scoreboard. That's how we go into halftime. The score 30-19. Fairview on top of Fredericktown. Double A, your thoughts on a eventful back-and-forth first half?
I know the score is what it is, but this is anybody's ball game. It's going to be very critical to see who's going to make critical adjustments. Until the last couple moments of the turnover, the Freddies defense was getting eaten alive, by Fairview. But what you're seeing here in this game, critical turnovers, critical penalties, taking big plays away from both of these teams and flipping the scoreboard. Fairview's going to start with the football first, we think, to start the third quarter. And I say that because maybe there's an onside you're coming out with here in the second half.
They will receive the second half kickoff.
Yes.
We'll say that much as still.
But an unbelievable first half by both of these teams. But both coaches are going to be saying in their locker room, we cannot give the football up to the other team. We cannot commit critical turnovers because, again, this is anybody's football game.
Well, he is. The score 30-19 here on CVC TV. Halftime, of course, here from the band, who's got some Halloween costumes out. Appreciate you spending some of your Halloween with us. If you're passing out candy, if you did already, and you're back in the comfort of your nice warm home, welcome in. Got a great game for you, and some more action coming up in the second half. After this, enjoy the bands. We'll see you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Andrew Hollenball, Jessica Overholt, Kyle Kirshner, and led by field commanders Shay and Stutz, we proudly present the Fredericktown High School Marching Band.
Tonight's halftime show features music from the 80s American rock band Bon Jovi. We open with a fan favorite, first released in 1986. Here's You Give Love a Bad Name. Recorded by Bon Jovi in the 2000s, this next chart reminds us, it's now or never. We ain't gonna live forever. Featuring freshman soloist Nadia Kirshner. Sit back and enjoy. It's My Life. The Bon Jovi Show wouldn't be complete without this next chart. Featuring a drum break written by senior percussionist Ezekiel LaGrosse, we've got to hold on to what we've got, and we'll give it a shot. We present Living on a Prayer. The FHS Band Seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the class of 2026.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Season. For their senior show, they've chosen this song to leave their mark. Please enjoy Beyonce's hit song Crazy in Love with a drill written by band president Kayla Arango. Every artist lives for the audience's acclaim, and tonight we recognize the seniors on the drill team. We'll celebrate every kick, embodying the spirit of our 7 high-kicking warriors. So get ready to make some noise, because Kaylin, Ella, Lauren, Madeline, Nyla, Corey, and Mia came here for your applause. Check out their moves to the Lady Gaga hit, Applause! we close our show, we remember a groundbreaking innovator who saw no barriers in music, inviting everyone to the party with his mixed-gender and multiracial band. Dance to the Music was his timeless anthem, a joyous invitation to a world where all were welcome. We honor Sly Stone, who proved that music can be a unifying celebration for all, with his song, Dance to the Music.
See anyone knows him before Arnold?
Halftime right here from James B. Daly Stadium in beautiful Fairview Park, Ohio. The score 30-19, the home Fairview Warriors on top of the visiting Fredericktown Freddies here on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell, Double A, Anthony Alford with you as always on the call as we gear up and get ready for second half action. The bands and the Fredericktown band obviously coming out with some great costumes. Saw some. There's a giraffe on the field.
Yes, we did.
Didn't know how to take that.
Yeah, we saw
I
a few
called
of
the Metro Park
those.
Zoo and see if they were missing a giraffe. We found one.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, it was like Super Smash Brothers out there, during the halftime.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is definitely Halloween, and we appreciate you taking some time spending with us. What isn't a joke is bats in your home. That is a thing. Beyond just today, we know it's festivities, and maybe today you'd want bats around your house, but the other 364 days out of the year, you probably don't want them around. That's where our friends at Alpha Animal Removal come in.
Yeah, and unless they're fake bats. But I don't think you have fake bats going. But they're going to safely, if you have a problem, they're going to come and safely remove bats or any of those critters from your home and business. If you have a business and something falls in, they'll safely remove it, fill the gaps so they don't come back. And they lead in Northeast Ohio in terms of animal removal, bat removal here in Northeast Ohio. They do a phenomenal job. Our friends, they've been sponsoring with us for the last couple of seasons, and their work is unbelievable. Also, the owners, CVC parents as well. So, they are dialed in to everything that's going on in the CVC. But how you can find them? alpha-animal-removal.com, alpha-animal-removal.com. That's how you can reach out to them if you have any issues in your home or business. They'll take care of it.
It's not just bats, any sort of animals that get in, make sure you call Alpha or reach out to Alpha Animal Removal. They can get the job done for you. Speaking of getting the job done, we got some highlights from this first half, Double A, that was fantastic from both sides. And again, we're starting with this two-point conversion. Remember, that was when the penalty on offsides, Fairview came back and scored. Then we see the kickoff return that wasn't for the Freddies because it was fumbled, recovered by the Warriors. The very next play, Burke Lowry throws a beautiful dime to Will Allen in the end zone, 24 yards to get the score. And again, that increases the lead for Fairview. Then it was back and forth we went. Both teams finding a way to do this through and through.
Yeah, think about how this offense, both offenses operated. Again, extending the play. Sipes, an unbelievable first half he has had. And then here, getting the carry.
Yeah, Toombs able to take that inside pitch. Fake the outside, work the inside. Back and forth they went. Again, another carry, another throw, I should say, over the middle. Savion Harris able to get into the end zone. His second touchdown in the first half.
And you saw broken coverage there, too. Now, right back here, extending the play, getting the score. Man, staying connected. That was Rizzo staying connected with his quarterback.
Here was another big play. This is the pass, I believe, to Toombs, who made the play, stayed in bounds, spun through, and got the first down. That kept momentum going on that drive, but this is also a situation where this defense just stepped up big. But it was Toombs here that just lowered his shoulder, took off, and was able just to keep going all the way through into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, he did a great job there, just, tied it up. Now back to Fairview's offense. This is Clark, and you see the blocking. And Clark, what's impressive, every time we see him, his strides are unbelievable. He gets in the end zone. And again, back to the Freddies.
50-50 raffle number.
Yeah, just been back and forth we went in that first half. This is a throw that was
152.
Again, as we're losing our replay monitor here left and right for you guys, but you get the gist of that first half. A lot going on from both sides. Freddy's almost had a touchdown at the end of that first half. They end up getting the ball knocked away. It was great coverage by Savion Harris in the end zone to keep the score where it sits now at 32-19 AA. Fairview going to get the third quarter kickoff. How important is it for the Warriors to pick up where they left off and get down the field and score 7 more?
Well, the first thing, I kind of joked about it, but it's halfway joking. They got to make sure they get the football. I mean, it would not surprise me one bit if the Freddies decided onside kick. We talked about how the scoring kind of flipped, the scoreboard, so that would be huge. But offensively, remember, as great as Fairview's offense has been in this first half, the last offensive drive did end with a turnover. So it's going to be critical for Fairview to kind of get back into getting their receivers locked in and open, quick throws, maybe some high percentage throws in the flat. But Lowry, again, who's number 15 today, he usually wears number 7, but he's 15 today. Just play clean football. That's what you want, but keep Clark offensively involved too. Keep this team honest, keep the defense honest if you're Fairview.
And the Freddies, again, on offense, a lot of what they were doing was working. They actually threw the ball a little more than maybe we expected. There was the interception, but that was when Toombs took the snap, remember, had the fumble, picked it up and tried to throw it late. He was going for Sipes. It was picked off by Allen, who had a great first half in his own right. But beyond that, being able to throw the football and obviously dominate in the running game, they have the edge to the Freddies with running the football. They want to keep kind of enforcing their will. When they had the ball for that long period of time in the first half AA, they were able to make plays in the offensive end.
Well, it's going to be critical, too, on top of all of that. It's going to be so huge. Don't give away free plays. And what we mean by that, limit the penalties. Don't turn the ball over, because even with a 30-19 game, this is anybody's game. It literally all it takes is for a couple of plays for the Freddies to really get back into it. But also, it only takes a couple plays for Fairview to open this game up. Now, you see here at the kickoff, if you notice, most of the returners you see on the screen, and usually you don't, but they're prepared for the Freddies to onside this thing.
Yeah, maybe try to steal a possession back. Nobody deep. 25-yard line is where the deepest returner is. Maybe taking a few more steps back, Savion Harris, and it's a line drive kick. They'll kick it all the way back there this time. It's going to be bobbled, picked up, and downed at the 20-yard line.
41, Isaiah Briggs. Kickoff is fielded by Brett Lowry.
That's the school of AA special teams right there.
Should say that was Lowry out there who actually recovered that and gave a quarterback out to keep that ball down and catch it, and that's where he will stay out and start with this offense. Lowry in that first half unofficially 8 of 10, 176 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, but on the last drive, AA, a huge interception that changed the tide. The Freddies almost got in at the end of that first half. The defense for Fairview able to keep them out just long enough, but now momentum kind of hanging in the balance here to start this third quarter.
Yeah, and obviously you're going to see some of the adjustments that's made by both of these teams. You don't stop being aggressive.
There'll be a handoff. Clark on the outside. He's going to get stopped immediately. Tackle Gibson there on the outside.
Marcus Clark on the carry.
Clark nowhere to go.
The one dream that you have if you are running a defense and operating a defense, can you shut down one component of the offense and limit the playbook? Seems like to this point, the running attack has been limited.
Second down. Pass, middle, that one caught. Oh, a huge hit.
Lowry's pass is complete to number 34.
And Rizzo got just absolutely slammed. Sipes was there, but they got 6. Third down on the way.
I think there was a couple guys that laid the boom there. Clean hit.
No, it's Rizzo's first catch of this ball game. It comes here in the third quarter, and now third down on the way. And a long 4.
See if they do something here on the flat here, get a high percentage completion.
There it is, double A, good call. Pass outside, it's Allen. He stutters back through to the 30. He breaks through. Allen still on his feet, going to dive near the 35-yard line. They'll say he's down to the 34. It's a gain of 9 and a first down.
Number 2, Will Allen.
And that's what you do against a defense
He picked
that
up a Fairview first down
does not want to give up the big
34-yard
play.
line.
They've given up too many big plays. So get something easy on the flat, build some confidence with your quarterback and receivers. Let Allen do some work afterwards with the football, get a first down.
Third catch of the game for Allen. Remember, has the interception on defense, too. He's got a touchdown on the offensive end. He's making plays all over the field. Came in as the leading receiver for this group. Him and Savion Harris play tag as far as who takes the lead here and there every given week. First down at the 34-yard line. Lowry in the shotgun, looking to pass again over the middle. This one caught. Frazier's wide open. Frazier cuts back. He gets hit down to the 40-yard line.
Burke Lowry's pass is complete to
Braden Frazier with a huge gain, 26 yards and a first down.
And that's what happens when you do get those high percentage plays. Now all of a sudden, the defense, or the offense, I should say, opens back up once again over the middle. Big play. Fairview on the move again.
And we saw Frazier had that big catch earlier as Clark breaks through. LaMarcus Clark right side. He's got a blocker. Clark works to the outside. Stays on his feet and scores. 40 yards from almost the same exact spot in the first half. Clark does it again.
Watch the blocking, and you will see a monster stiff arm right there to get in the end zone. You see the balance, right? 2 plays ago, the short play, oh my goodness, the short play on the flat, then you go over the middle, and then you run it with Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36-19. The score with 9:48 to go. LaMarcus Clark with his second rushing touchdown of the evening. Farkas's kick is up, and it is good. 37-19 the score. Fairview comes out on fire to start this third quarter right here on CVC TV. Of course, our presenting sponsor for us here on CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Greeny Sports Cards. Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports cards is looking to buy yours. That's right, whether you have a few cards or a whole storage unit, set up an appointment through their website, greenysportscards.com. That's Greeny Sports Cards, always buying, always selling. And we're buying this Fairview offense, AA. What a great start to the third quarter. Again, short order, just over 2 minutes of possession. They get in for 7 more points.
Man, it's amazing how quickly they can score. And great play calling, too, offensively. One play always setting up the next play. The music here is fantastic, by the way.
Now the Freddy's got to respond again. They've been able to keep this in the realm of, 10 to 12 points. But now Fairview opening up a bit of a lead here. Can the Freddies make it happen? Short onside kick. The ball going to tail out of bounds. And it should be around midfield. Farkas tried to steal another one there, another possession almost, and that ball just ran out of real estate. Top of your screen.
This is not surprising, of course. A year ago, we did Fairview's Week 10 game against Crestwood, and how many onside kick attempts did they have in that game? Though Fairview was down most of that game, and then they stole a possession, flipped the scoreboard. Kind of a similar story here today.
That's right. So now it's going to be great starting field position here for the Freddies. They're going to be on the other side of midfield, so this is all you can ask for Fredericktown, able to get a good starting spot and try to cut back into this lead again. First down, Sipes under center in that tight T formation. Maybe a keeper. Up the middle. Got maybe about 5 to 6 on the carry.
40 Reese Hanown on the carry.
It may be too early to talk about time because it's still early in the third quarter, but you start to think about what their bread and butter is, the Freddies, as far as running the football. They're going to take their time here in this drive, but if they can't get us another stop defensively on the other side, time's going to be of the essence.
And second down. Pitch to Toombs. He's going to go right side, hand it off. There's Parker. He's working his way through to the 35, eventually going to get torn down. It took a lot as Harris is able to pull him down. That was the pitch to handoff that we've seen a couple times, misdirection. But Parker able to move the chains for another first down.
And that was the play earlier. I believe that was fumbled earlier in the game. But yeah, Kyle, you're exactly right. They were looking for that. Got a good look. New set of downs.
It's a big one. 12 carries unofficially, 67 yards. 2 nights for Kirk Parker, who's had a pretty solid game. Reddy's trying to respond here early on in this third quarter. Maybe a handoff up the middle. It's the Toombs who just lowers his shoulder and keeps pushing through.
Gavin Toombs on the carry.
Toombs down to about the 26.
Tackle made by Fairview's number 52,
the type
Jackson
of
Habyshaw.
offense that the Freddies run is so
Into
tough
the
to defend.
27-yard line, brings up
You got to be
second
well
down.
coached, and it's every play. Like every play, you got to be able to nail your gap assignments. You miss it one time, that's a score.
Toombs, 10 carries unofficially, 60 yards, a couple of touchdown runs. Got 3 catches, too, on the game for 49 yards, and he has a completion. So, yeah, AA has him as athlete on his official roster. It makes a lot of sense. Another one to Toombs inside, handoff, lowering the shoulder, getting through and down, past the first down marker.
Toombs on the carry.
He'll move the chains again.
Yeah, again, mentioning this offensive line. Of course, one of the guys on the Freddy's offensive line, Noah Shannon, all KMAC first teamer.
You talk about the teams that are down in the KMAC, as we like to call it up north, which could be wrong or right, depending on who you ask.
Somebody will let us know.
Sounds cool. Part of the KMAC. Great conference. Friends down in Knox County and that area. It's the pitch. Still on his feet is Parker. He's going to get torn down. Fairview on the backside with some good help tackling. And Parker held to maybe a short gain.
Marcus Clark and 52, Jackson Habyshaw.
Yeah, great defense there. You talk about how this region is spread out. Division 5, Region 18. This is really the Northwest Ohio region. But Fairview here in the Cleveland area, the Freddies near Columbus, mix of Mid-Ohio, Toledo teams in this region.
A long road ahead back home after the game as Toombs lowers his shoulder and gets down near the first down, maybe a yard or two short.
Tackle made by 52, Jackson Habyshaw.
And when you're traveling this far for a playoff game, I remember, Maple Heights, we was in Region 6, the year that they went to the state title game. And, you're facing a ton of Toledo teams in that first couple of weeks. And you need your student section, you need your fans, you need everybody. Even the busing has to be on point. This is a long, long trip.
That's a halfway trip between Mansfield and Columbus for the folks here in Northeast Ohio that are curious where Fredericktown is located. Be a keeper for Sipes, left side. He's got the corner and the edge. Sipes turns it. He's got room. Gonna lay out, and he is. Gonna be out at the 1, I think. The pylon's down, but
Sipes on the carry. Penalty marker down.
A penalty on the back end. We'll see.
Holding against the Freddies.
And it is going to be holding against Fredericktown. So negate the play. It would have been a 16-yard run for a first down and goal, but instead they're going to have to move back here.
Yeah, you're pretty much almost ready to pencil in a touchdown, play away, but the holding will bring it back. And we talked about it, in playoff football, critical penalties can kill momentum. Not to say that, Fredericktown doesn't have the ability to convert a long play here, but, they're in catch-up mode. Got to get this. 2 plays. I don't believe a field goal is coming here anytime soon.
I think you need to get touchdowns here if you're in the Freddies. So now 3rd and 12 on the 26-yard line. Sipes in the pseudo pistol here. Gonna roll to his right, keep it. Sipes turns upfield. He breaks through. Sipes right side. He's through and he's in. There's a flag. There is not a flag. I thought there was a flag, but it's the yellow lines, and that's going to be 26-yard touchdown for Blake Sipes. His second rushing touchdown of the game.
How about this response? And again, he just runs hard, cuts inside, and when you get defenders off of the rushing lanes and beat them to the punch off the corner, you're going to score. He runs hard. He's had a very impressive game on both sides of the ball.
Been able to take care of the football, throwing it too. The interception came from Toombs on a bit of a trick play. And now going to try and go for this 2-point conversion and make this a 10-point game. Crucial spot for the Freddies here with 5:47 to go in the third quarter.
Kind of thinking analytics here. I mean, they could have gone for the extra point, but
I think you want this. Here's Toombs inside, and he's going to get it. So hard to stop that play. It's the little inside pitch on a fake. And Toombs able to scamper in for two more, and the score 37-27. The Freddies closing in on Fairview right here on CVC TV. Help transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services in Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at RT Fence deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
What a drive. What a drive. Yeah. I mean, for Blake Sipes, he has been really, really impressive.
Unofficially, 7 carries, 60 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns for Sipes. Been able to throw the ball well, too. 4 of 6, 68 yards when called upon. He's made some plays. Right now, Freddy's only down 10, 37-27, 5:47 to go in this third quarter. And again, the kickoffs, a point of emphasis for both these sides. Fairview stole one, and you can see again Lowry back all the way there to follow on it possibly if it is a deep kick, but they've got the hands team up front just in case. And it is going to be a long kickoff. Now we're going to watch it go, and it's going to get into the end zone as a touchback, a rare one in high school football.
Isaiah breaks.
My heart jumps a little bit because it is live until it crosses the end zone. You just, in that situation, you just hope the kickoff team doesn't have somebody that's super fast inside the track and field team that can make it down before the ball gets to the end zone.
Isaiah Break able to boot that one through, and it's going to be the ball at the 20-yard line for this Fairview option, or this Fairview offense rather, that is played fantastic double-A. Really, you've seen LaMarcus Clark have a few big plays running the football, but it starts and stops rather with Burke Lowry and what the offense has been able to do throwing.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. They just gotta stay with it here. See what the adjustments that the Freddies are gonna employ here defensively.
Reese in motion in the front, gonna be handoff to Clark, top of your screen, working through. LaMarcus Clark gonna get brought down after a solid gain of about 5 to 6 yards.
LaMarcus Clark on the carry. Brought down at the 26-yard line.
Jackson Habishaw took some friendly fire there in the backfield.
Get blocked into your teammate. Clark closing in on 100 yards on the ground, believe it or not. He's got 88 unofficially on 7 carries, 2 long touchdown runs have made up the bulk of his yardage. Lowry rolling out to his right. Looking. Lowry's got a short pass. He's going to take it to Reese, and it's incomplete. Had Reese open, wanted to throw the ball down the field. He had Allen down here as well as Harris, but decided to go short. Third down on the way.
But I will add on, he had massive pressure, in his face too, like that.
Got to wonder if you just take the check down there if they're not open and get the first down, live to fight another down. But nevertheless, you trust the Fairview offense. They've done it all year. Third down on the way.
Could this be a 3-and-out here that the Freddies could force here?
Well, like the announcer's jinx, you decided to say something. And
penalty marker down.
Boy, if that was ever a jinx.
Offsides on the Freddies. That should put them
that'll give the Warriors a first
right
down.
At the first down marker, and they'll get it. So no 4th down, no 3-and-out.
How come Nathan Zagura doesn't do that for the Browns?
Well,
like, jinx the other team.
It's all about timing, Double-A. You just got to be good with it. We love Nathan, though. He'll figure it out at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
First down for the Warriors.
Nathan's a cool dude.
Lauer under pressure, going to roll out to his right. Good block. There's a block in the back. It's going to come back. It's a catch, but it's not going to count as Frazier had it on the sideline. And
Lowry's pass is
just a light
complete.
block that was.
Frazier. Penalty markers are down.
Yeah, they're going to mark that on Liam Gintley.
Yeah, at that point, Lowry's already out of the pocket. He's away from the defender. It's going to be hard to track him down. He's got a good 5-6 yards of separation. You just kind of let him go.
Yeah, you can't do that also in front of the ref.
A block in the back, and it's right in front of him. That's going to be a huge penalty. So after they got a penalty for the offense to get the first down, now they're going to have to move back.
It's those little things, right? You know, he's just thinking about, you know, over the course of the football game, and it feels like a sprint almost with how this offense has been moving. This defense has clamped down a little bit. It was ugly most of the first half, but that last drive before halftime, the Freddies defensively figured some things out.
And you got to take account, too, there was a lot of aggressive play calling from Coach Rank and company, still taking shots despite being up what they were, trying to extend that lead. Quick pass, screen, outside. Was caught by Frazier. He's going to get caught immediately. Nowhere to go.
Lowry's pass is complete to number 12, Braden Frazier.
Braden Frazier got maybe a gain of 2 to 3. Parker on the stop.
Yeah, how about Kurt Parker? I'll tell you what, that's the definition defensively of play through the whistle.
Second down.
You're not letting one of the star players for Fairview get away, drive through the whistle.
Frazier had been relatively quiet. Remember, he had the 88-yard touchdown called back at the end of the first half. Another one of those weapons that's come on throughout the season for Lowry and company. Second down, throw, middle, receiver open, caught, first down. Reese gets torn down just short of the 40.
Lowry's pass is complete to number 4, Cal Rice.
15 yards.
Slides down at the 38-yard line will bring up third down.
I'll tell you, Lowry's got 235 yards passing already.
But defensively, keeping everything in front. So I thought they would be a little bit closer to the first down, but that's the right spot.
Yeah, third and a long 3 here. A keeper for Lowry. He's going to work the right side, try to get through, and he should have the first down. Lowry needed 3, he got 5.
Burke, Lowry and the keeper.
Showing off some of the athletic ability.
At the 44-yard
yeah, that was a great play call offensively.
Just don't expect Lowry to take that one. As slow to get up was Cooper Auger. He's able to get off the field, I believe. He's going to jog it off. They're telling the guys, hey, it's not an injury timeout. He got up right away. Get back out there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't stop the play there because he got up immediately.
You know, sometimes you do hear stories of coaches, you know, maybe telling the player, like, you got to stay down. You know.
Well, in that case, you don't want them to have more time. Yeah, you want to make sure they.
But you want to keep the blood going. You don't want to do that either.
All right, so nevertheless, a first down run for Lowry. A couple third down conversions on this drive. Now one in motion. Handoff, Clark, right side. He's had success with this side. Clark turns upfield, lowers his shoulder, sprints through, past the 35 for a first down.
Marcus Clark on the carry.
Huge run for LaMarcus Clark.
Danny O'Neill did a great job with the pull block, opening that play up, number 56.
First down at the 33.
You know, when you are the pulling guard and you have the responsibility to handle the blocking responsibilities for a speedy back, you've got to get there quick with force, so he did that.
Marcus Clark now 8 carries, 111 yards, unofficially 2 rushing touchdowns. He showed up tonight in a big way for this offense. That will have him eclipse 1,000 yards for the season. The ball's out, and it is going to be the Freddies football. Lowry kept it. He didn't hand it off. He kept it himself. And his second turnover of the evening is huge as the Freddies have possession.
52, Camden Clutter.
And yeah, not being able to bring it back in.
So he had the ball and he tried to hand it off to Clark, and then he pulled it back at the last second. Nobody had the ball then at that point. It shoots out right into the hands of the Freddies, and now Fredericktown has a great chance.
Yeah, that's a tough thing here because you want that communication to be on point. If you run those type of plays, you have to be sure. If you're going to keep the football, you got to be sure you have it. But a break that the Freddies was looking for all game long.
Now an opportunity to try and make this a 1-score game again. Toombs carry, right side, cutting back into the middle, lowering his shoulder. He's going to get stopped after a gain of about 6. Gavin Toombs, what a game he's had. 13 carries, unofficially 78 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 catches, 49 yards, and a completion throwing the football.
And a host of Warriors brings up
Coach Spittler for the Freddies talked about it. It's like, got to win the turnover margin, which they are closing the gap on now, and not give up the big plays against Fairview, but have big plays on their own.
You count the fumbled kickoff. It's 2-2 right now with a turnover, so they'll like it. Toombs again carry, takes the pitch, works through, is going to be short. Stopped after a gain of about 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and short.
Toombs on the carry. Stop mate
and you mentioned it, like
Tyler
being even on the turnover battle. Like, again, this is why we say this is anybody's football game right now.
You got to imagine 4-down territory. I still would think just because where the ball is on the field at this point and what the offense you have. Sipes going to hand off inside, and it should be a 1st down.
I didn't even see Sipes. I just saw the offensive line just slowly but surely move forward.
But that was 40 Reese Hannon, who was able to lower his shoulder and get through. He's got 3 carries in the night, a couple of 1st downs. Again, just methodical. 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. 10-point game, the Freddies force a turnover, the fumble from Burke Lowry, and have a chance to march down the field. More points. Sipes, what an athletic move. Sipes has to run it. He's going to be tackled for a loss. He avoided the initial coverage, and Sipes showing off. It was like a swan the way he jumped into the air. Magical, majestic, but couldn't get through.
It was pretty. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Ends up losing a few after that.
But I don't know. It didn't look like Sipes was ready for the snap. The timing looked a bit odd from the snap. I mean, credit to Sipes for, that could have been a lot worse.
Well, he found a way to get some positive yards back because there was pressure he had to jump over, or he would have lost maybe 5 to 6. Instead, he only loses 2.
Defense got to continue to clamp down, though. This 2nd and 12 can't become 3rd and 4.
Look at the space for the receivers, too, at the bottom of your screen. They're going to have a lot of room to work with. Sipes rolling out, looking, throw short. That one is going to be caught by Toombs near the 48-yard line. He gained about 9.
Number 1, Gavin Toombs. Tackled away by 11, Savion Harris. That'll bring up 3rd down from the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's tough.
Toombs is such a big target. It's so hard to stop. Ran out of bounds, too, so the clock does stop. So now 3rd and a long 3 yards here.
The 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. That's
what the game plan is if you're the offense. Just keep getting into those 3rd manageables, and then you have options here. 3 or 4 different guys that can carry this football. Toombs in motion, takes the pitch, works to the right side. Toombs lowers his shoulder. He's through. He's got the first. Toombs still going, dragging defenders with them.
My
Toombs
goodness.
is still up, and he's eventually going to get stopped at the 36-yard line.
Wow.
My goodness, 16 yards for Gavin Toombs.
What a run. What a special player he is. Really. Just a 6'5" of everything. Just watch. I don't even think we're going to get this whole replay in because he just keeps going.
He got a hurdle. He went through about 5 or 6 different black jerseys before he went down.
Going. Yeah.
So special with the size and the speed, the ability to keep moving those feet. Closing in on a 100-yard performance on the ground in this game. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Imagine they'll call at least one more play here. Sipes, quick handoff inside. He get brought down after a gain of about 5 to 6 yards, and that should end the 3rd quarter.
Hannon on the carry.
Hannon gets the carry.
52, Jackson Habishaw, 54.
Score after 3, 37 to 27. It's a 10-point game. The Warriors clinging to that lead over the Freddies, who are driving right here on CBC TV AA, of course, brought to you by the Fairview Tavern. Our playoff coverage all postseason long. Appreciate our folks over there, Robert and company, for sticking with us through the playoff season. The best games you're going to see across Northeast Ohio right here on CBC TV. And No difference tonight between these two as the Freddies are looking to make this real interesting in the fourth quarter.
You know, the thing I think of, this is why you attack the sled so much, you know, during camp. I know every player hates it, but this is why you attack it, because you see how that offensive line is driving. The Fairview defensive line is going to have to find a way somehow, and I don't know how they're going to be able to do it, but they got to find a way to get lower than the Freddy's offensive line. You know, right now up front, 3-4 yard gains. There's no, you know, there's no consistent defensive stops happening from Fairview's side of things, and you can only get away with that for so long, because if they give up a touchdown here and make this a 3-point game, it literally is anybody's ball game at that point.
It really is. Back and forth. We expected this to go. Fairview pulled ahead a little bit there to start this second half, and the Freddies forcing a turnover, scoring, getting right back into it. And another opportunity now, as we mentioned, to make this a one-possession game anyway on this drive. Even a field goal will make it a touchdown game.
Fredericktown to begin the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and their options are open now, too. And they have a kicker that can make pretty decent field goals as far as range.
Well, who goes to Worcester Triway next week in the playoffs? We'll find out in 12 short minutes. Sipes rolls out to his left to start the fourth quarter. Looking, throwing, short, incomplete. Looking the way of Toombs and throws the ball away. Good coverage by Fairview.
That was probably Fairview's best defense against Sipes when he rolls out on the outside. Basically, you eliminate the options in the secondary, and you keep him going and going and going until he ends up in the student section.
Well, now it's crucial down distance here, 3rd and 5. You're right on the brink of manageable if you're this offense. But again, I'd imagine 4-down territory here because you're on Fairview's side of the field. Fake that little end-around pitch. Toombs going to get back in. This time he'll get it. Toombs working right side, lowering his shoulder. He's going to get spun down. It's going to be short by about a yard.
Toombs on the carry. Stopped by 52, Jackson Havishaw.
It's not often we say this.
Fourth down.
You got a solo tackle.
Yeah, Havishaw came up with a huge stop there because Toombs had that first down when he cut back. But now this could be huge for the Fairview defense, and obviously so crucial for the Freddies offense to get this fourth down conversion.
Again, listen carefully. Do not fall for the hard count in any way, shape, or form.
There's a shark down there on the track, by the way.
And make sure the shark doesn't end up on the field.
Yeah. Keep him in the aquarium. Here we go. 4th and short. Going to be a handoff. Toombs lowering the shoulder. Toombs breaks free. Left side. He scores. 27 yards. What a run by Gavin Toombs.
And how about it? Again, just once he gets to second level, good luck even touching him. What a run on a 4th down. Getting right in between the gap. The linebackers got sucked in. It's a 4-point game.
Tell you what, Toombs needed one, got 27. 3rd rushing touchdown of the game for Gavin Toombs, and now more decisions to be made here. 4-point difference. If you can get a 2-point conversion, you make it a 2-point game, then you can kick a field goal if you had to win it. You don't have to worry about trying to score.
Again, talking about flipping the scoreboard.
And if you miss it, though, it stays a 4-point game. Handoff, Toombs again. He is going to be stopped. Toombs did not get it. This time, Fairview's defense able to step up.
2-point conversion, no good.
And the score is going to stay 37-33. This game, AA, may come down to made and missed 2-point conversions.
The second time he has been stopped on a 2-point conversion. I mean, he's been unstoppable from end zone to end zone in regular play with 2-point conversions. And think about it, too. It's a 4-point game. Think about, again, how many points has been left off the board from a fumble to the 2-point conversions that have been missed. I mean, this would be a tie game if you want to play that score.
Let me tell you what, no punts in this game right now, 37-33. If the ball has went the other way, it's been because of a turnover. We've had a few of them. But when the offenses take care of the football, they go down the field and score. Both of them do. So this is crucial now for the Freddies defense to force another stop or to force a turnover. And if you're Fairview's offense, they got to get out of the rut. they've been in, if it hasn't been LaMarcus Clark, it's been tough. Tough going. A couple turnovers from Burke Lowry the last few drives.
You know what? For Fairview, strike on play 1. Now, again, handle your business here on special teams. Again, it's not by accident that the hands team has been in pretty much the entirety of this game. Brock Lowry lined up at 15.
He's kind of just hanging out back there. Quarterback, he's actually motioning for another one of his players to scoot back a little bit too, just in case they kick at the other side of the field.
Yeah, Will Allen is drifting back.
Yeah, just in case, because they're going to get a full running start on the kick, and they're trying to boot this one deep. Lowry's going to have a chance. He's going to take it from the 10, the quarterback. Lowry going to slide, smart, not wanting to take a hit. I'll tell you what, I mean, hey, get to the 20, past the 20-yard line, that's a win for your quarterback. And
slides down at the 23-yard line.
That's where they'll take the ball.
Kyle, I think first play here, you got to strike. I think offensively, first play, you know, the secondary is kind of clamped down. It's just a little bit better, you know, than the first half. But I think you got to really tip the scales here and attack on play 1.
This is a Fairview team that has made the playoffs back-to-back years, but has yet to win a playoff game. Can they do it at their first ever home playoff game? 4-point lead, nursing it with a chance to add on. Lowry looking to pass. He's got Harris. He doesn't look for it. He finds over the middle. Instead, it's caught. Frazier working his way through. He spins, and he gets torn down. Near the first down marker, he's right at it. Tell you what, he had Savion Harris at the bottom of your screen that broke through and was open, but Lowry takes Frazier over the middle and has enough for a first down. Either way, as you see here, he's able to make that completion.
Yeah, great play, great look, and again, I love the play call. Strike on play 1. I love the defense, too, in a way. You know, again, they've made the decision. We're not giving up the big play, so you find something in the zone.
Again, I'll tell you what, Savion Harris at the bottom of your screen did break through as Clark gets the carry. Now he's been able to get hot in the second and third quarters. Can he do in the 4-2? Clark stays on his feet and inbounds and gets torn down at the 47-yard line. 14 yards for LaMarcus Clark.
You're going to have a late flag after the play, some extracurriculars.
Got to stay disciplined out there if you're both sides here. The excitement, it's hard not to, and Coach Rank talked about, and this is going to be against Fairview, maybe on sportsmanlike conduct. You know, the guys doing it the right way this week. Fairview really taking it day by day and understanding the moment.
Yeah, but obviously that can't happen.
This hurts.
Because you had a big play. I was going to mention that Habishaw had a big
Personal
block.
foul against the Warriors.
Yeah, so moving back.
The result of the play was a first down, so Fairview will get the first down.
They get a first down, but they have to move backwards. So it's almost like they didn't get a first down, and we're playing first down again.
But here we go. This is playoff football. Maybe in week 1, week 2, the officials let that go, but not in week 11.
Nope, you got to make sure you're disciplined with it. As Reese is in motion in front of your screen here. Going to be a quick pass out to him. Reese turns the corner. He's going to get out at the 40-yard line, 8 yards. Late flag, some of the fans wanting it for maybe a late hit, but no.
To number 4, Cal Rice. Steps on the tackle. Gain to the 40-yard line, brings up second down.
We're not on rock during the playoffs, so.
No, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we can take it. Fourth catch of the game for Cal Reese, by the way. He's actually the leading receiver as far as reception goes. Second and short. Lowry. Working, gonna have to go back against his body. He's got room. Lowry may take this one down. He's gonna throw across his body, and it's gone. It's caught. Frazier caught it. He's torn out near the 10. That was inches from being intercepted, and Lowry dropped it in. Unbelievable.
There's no way. There's no way.
A flag in the backfield. And they're waving it off. They're picking it up.
I really thought you're going to see this replay. I really thought that was getting picked off. Right there.
Oh, my goodness. What a throw from Burke Lowry to Frazier.
You got to be kidding me.
49 yards. Wow.
But this is what happens when you strike on play number 1. You are on the offense. This is what you do. You got to keep at it. Keep being aggressive if you're Fairview.
First down at the 11. Lowry rolling out, throwing middle. That one's intercepted. Intercepted. He overthrows him. There's room to run. And he's going to get hit and torn down. What a play. Oh, and the Freddies have an opportunity.
Let's watch the interception.
Gibson read it perfect.
His footing, I know he kind of set his feet, but the timing was a bit off and not able to get the strength there. And the defender was right there for the interception.
It's the risk you take when you throw the ball as much as this team does. You live and die with it. Lowry's thrown 3 touchdowns tonight, but he's now throwing his second pick. Great job by Gibson to get it for the Freddies, and now 4-point game, just over 9.5 minutes to go. The Freddies, when they've been able to hold on to the football, they've scored every possession.
If you guys watching at home remember the old NCAA football from like the 2000s, that old momentum bar, and how quickly it just swings over like multiple times in this game, it seems like now down 4, all the momentum is with the road team.
How big is this possession for the Freddies offense? Pitch outside. The carry nowhere to go on the outside there for Cooper Hawker. Gets his first carry since the first quarter. No gain.
This is where you find out, Kyle, if you're Fairview, who are your leaders. You need your leaders right now to not only make plays, but also emotional support here in this fourth quarter. You want to get that first W here in this stadium, everyone on the team has to come through.
Interception thrown in the end zone, picked off. Hit by Caden Gibson, second of the game for Burke Lowry, sets up the Freddies with possession, 2nd and long on their own 21. Fairview trying to win their first ever playoff game. Fredericktown trying to spoil it. Keeper, Sipes, rolling out, he's got time, he has to roll through, he's gonna get brought down! Rizzo. Vinny Rizzo. Right at perfect.
Great defense, and I'll say this, Mason Woodworth did a great job staying home, number 5. They wanted to go to the flat. Woodworth took it away. And the quarterbacks, Syme had nowhere else to go. The defense was on point. And a big stop there defensively.
Now that Fairview's defense, you don't need any breakdowns. 3rd and long, one more chance. You don't want to give up really any positive yards on this play. You want to keep the momentum with the defense. First sack for either team today from Vinny Rizzo. Sipes rolls to his right, looking. Sipes throws, cross the body, tip, incomplete. No flags on the field, 4th and long on the way. Can we see our first punt?
Incomplete. I don't know.
I would think you would probably have to.
You know what? And you play the field position game. I think you're on it. Defensively, again, great job because you saw it before. You got to get the quarterback Sipes. Just let them keep rolling and keep rolling and keep rolling to the sidelines and limit the field of play. And the defense was successful. They bail out their quarterback. They're going to get another opportunity.
Looks like it's going to be Junior Butler, the backup quarterback, who will punt this one away. And they're going to kick it. It's going to be a punt. It's going to be a fair catch, immediately taken. No, they're going to take it. No, I thought they called fair catch. Allen took it instead.
They called a poison call. But the ball, the way it went and the way that the special teams went, you could have took it there.
Savion Harris, maybe he was going to try and take it out, but Fairview, the defense, for the first time in the game, one of the defenses forces a punt. The offense gets to go right back out there. And again, if it hasn't been a turnover for Fairview, they've been able to go down the field. But now, the way LaMarcus Clark has been running the football tonight, especially from the second quarter on, you gotta feel he's got to be highlighted on this drive.
And you know what? You've seen good running blocks too, to really allow him to just take this thing off.
9 carries, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight for LaMarcus Clark. And he'll get the carry here. First down, working to the outside, cutting back to the inside. Clark turns the corner. Clark gets out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And a flag comes in late. That's going to be a horse collar. So add some more, the personal foul afterwards.
Yeah, Parker at the very end, you had that push on the outside beyond the sidelines as the ref keeps this going. Kyle, you were right, though. You get it right back to Clark with the blocking, and you saw the late push at the end of the replay.
Yeah. So
off to the sidelines.
Personal foul. If that's a 15-yarder, that's huge. So that ball originally would have been down around the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark this now. Should be inside the 20, and it is at the 16. Huge possession for Fairview. 7:35 to go in the ball game. Last time they were down here, Lowry threw an interception in the end zone.
How about this from Fairview? I formation.
How many times you don't see them line up in the shotgun? Duran's hands, Clark. He'll work inside. Clark trying to push through, and he gets down to around the 11. 5 more yards for LaMarcus Clark. You know the formula right now, Double A. 11 carries, 151 yards for LaMarcus Clark as Cal Reese had to come off the field.
Yeah, this is your time now. I mean, it's time to win the football game. Literally, this is where you're at right now. Put the ball in your hands of your best players. Let your blockers operate.
And don't turn it over. That's key. 3 turnovers on this offense. Clark pitch to the outside. He works his way. He hits the corner. Clark turns upfield. He's got one to beat. Turns. Lowers in. He's down. No, he's in. They call it. Clark extended and he got it.
Number 6, LaMarcus Clark into the end zone.
LaMarcus Clark, 13 yards out, scores.
Watch 34. Watch Rizzo. Extend, gets the block, gets some critical blocks, the offensive line, getting critical blocks.
Clark got that football over the edge on the pylon. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. LaMarcus Clark showing this is not a one-dimensional offense. They can run it too. What a game for number 6. And Fairview retakes a 10-point lead. 11 would be huge here. Sparkus is going to line this one up. What a turn of events here in Fairview Park, Ohio. Kick is up. It is good. 44-33. 6:49 to go in the ball game. Double A, be taking your blood pressure medication tonight.
You're gonna need to. And here's the thing, it ain't over.
No.
There's a ton of time left. And again, this, man, Fairview, I'll tell you.
Well, again, Coach Spittler did say, hey, we need to win the big play game too. We have to have the advantage. You mentioned turnovers, you mentioned penalties. Big plays. Can the Freddies take a big play? We've seen them score some touchdowns on the other side of the field, but they could use a huge play, either a run or a pass, something to ignite that offense again. Beyond just the occasional 6-7 yard run from Gavin Toombs, which is great, but you're running out of time. You need to make some big plays here.
Yeah, and the thing is, you mentioned Gavin Toombs. You do have a 6'5", 230-pound tight end who can catch the ball too, and his name is Gavin Toombs. And you can run him, and they have done so over the middle, but it's going to be interesting. I'm not concerned really about the offense for the Freddies, but you got to give your defense on the other side time to make the stop on Fairview as well.
Well, the Fairview defense for the first time last drive forced the 3 and out. They were able to get a stop deep in Freddy's territory. Line drive kick, that one's going to be high arcing bounce and take it in on the run. Gibson working his way through and he gets leveled.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, what a hit. LaMarcus Clark. Oh my Lord.
Number 6, LaMarcus Clark.
So he runs for 164 yards and 3 scores, and he lays hits in like that on special teams. How special is LaMarcus Clark? My goodness.
Clark leads the defense, leads the team with 69 total tackles coming into the playoffs.
And he's a junior, by the way. So we'll see him next year here at Fairview, too. The lead back, 1,000-yard season on the ground after tonight, and how special he is. Hey, credit, too, to Gibson to be able to hold on to that football because he got leveled. Great job by Caden Gibson to keep it. He's had a good game in his own right. And now it's crunch time for the Freddies.
Out of the shotgun.
Seeing a different kind of offense here. Parker in motion. Rolling, Sipes looking, throws, back foot. That's going to be incomplete. Over the head of Carter, nothing there.
Nobody's getting open for him. And the thing is, if your specialty is to roll out on the outside, again, you're limiting the field of play that you have available for yourself in the passing game. So the defense is collapsing to that side and completely limiting the options that the quarterback had in the first half.
5 of 10 now on the game for Sipes, 77 yards. He's done his damage on the ground, a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight, and really hasn't done much in the passing game since the first half. He looked good, 4 of 6, but he struggled a little bit. Give the credit to Fairview's defense here in the second half, figuring out the passing game a little bit more, some more pressure on Sipes too.
Toombs is the inside receiver at the top of your screen.
Always got to watch one. It'll be handled to Parker up the middle. He's been quiet in the second half. Parker trying to move forward, and he'll get a solid gain.
21 for Parker on the carry.
4 to 5 yards for Parker.
By 6 on Marcus Clark and 11 Savion Harris. That'll bring up third down.
They give him 6 officially, so Parker in his own right has 74 yards on 14 carries. He's done his job as kind of the secondary back with Toombs leading the way.
They put this ball in the air.
Gotta be careful.
Keep an eye. You know, Savion Harris leads his team with 3 interceptions coming into these playoffs.
They got one. I'd imagine you give it to him maybe, but they're going to keep it. Sipes works that side. Sipes gets a wall in front of him. He's brought down. Sipes looks like maybe he had the option to pitch it to Toombs, kept it himself. Rizzo gets there again. He's had his number in this fourth quarter. Fourth down on the way, and you got to imagine the Freddies are going for it.
Man, Rizzo is telling these fans, let's go. This could be your chance to make history tonight. If you could get this stop and win a playoff game for the first time in school history here at home.
How big would this be for this school? All the years they've had this team, not one playoff win. Freddie's still trying to play spoiler. They still have an opportunity. Fourth down. Looking to pass. Sipes rolls out, throws middle. It is incomplete. He couldn't catch it. Just behind his intended receiver. Oh my goodness. The ball was there, just a little behind. Griffin Garver could not pull it in. It's a turnover on downs, and that is gut-wrenching for the Freddies. Wide open in the middle of the field and just a little bit behind. And I tell you what, if that's August, he may catch that ball with warm weather, but tonight with the ball being a little bit harder and just the rough placement, Garver just couldn't pull it in.
Man, you feel for the kids, man. That's a tough play. That's a really tough play, but again, credit to this Fairview defense.
Well, I'm going to give you a hint what's about to happen here. You're going to see Burke Lowry take the ball, and he's probably going to hand it off to Six. I think that's most likely what to do here with 5 minutes to go in this ball game.
Got Rizzo as the extra blocker.
There it is, late handoff. Here's Clark. He works up the middle, now to the outside, past the 35 to the 34.
Marcus Clark on the carry.
Clark going to get about 3 to 4 yards there.
Tackle made by 14, Cooper Hawker.
Again, important here, obviously.
Into the 34-yard line.
You know, defensively, going for strips, so you got to protect that football at all costs.
Remember, too, if they can get a first down or two and they end up facing a fourth down, Farkas can kick field goals. He's got a good leg. So they can still get points without having to score a touchdown here and take some time off the clock.
His longest field goal made this season has been 44 yards. He's only attempted 2, but the longest is 44 yards.
He's right on the fringe of that right now if he were to line one up. There it is. Oh, my goodness. It's a double handoff up the middle. Inside the 30 to the 29. Savion Harris gets the handoff. That was a play almost out of the Freddies playbook there.
Gain to the 29-yard line brings up third down.
Third down. Harris gets about 4 on his first carry of the game. Third and short. Lowry trying to maybe draw him off sides. Now we'll get a new play call in from the sideline. You don't want to take too many chances, I'd imagine, because a turnover would be deadly here for the Warriors. And there's going to be a keeper. Clark, right side. He should have the first. LaMarcus Clark still working his way through. Going to be torn down at the 21. 8 yards and a first down. How good has LaMarcus Clark been tonight?
He's been phenomenal, and the block has been great, too. The linebackers were called to blitz and fill up the A-gaps, but the problem was Clark read it well and bounced to the outside, bounced to the B-gap. B or C-gap, and got the first down.
14 carries, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns for LaMarcus Clark tonight on the ground. Got a couple of catches, too. Doing a little bit of everything.
And I would expect the Freddies start to use some timeouts perhaps after this play.
You see as Clark gets the handoff, working up the middle. This time the Freddies there to meet him. Host of tacklers, not letting Clark get through. Maybe a yard.
Clock rolling.
Under 3 minutes to go in the game. It's an 11-point Fairview lead, their first ever home playoff game in school history, trying to get their first playoff win in school history.
Yeah.
And there is a timeout taken by Fredericktown.
Yeah, I thought it would come a bit sooner, but
They
got
15,
it in.
Well, 15 seconds were off the clock before they called it.
Sometimes you're wondering, hey, do you save those timeouts in case you get the third down stop? You want those timeouts, and I don't think you have that luxury to save timeouts anymore.
Winner gets Wooster Triway next week on the road. Could be Fairview's turn possibly to drive a good hour plus. Going to be a keeper. Lowry throws, end zone. It's caught. He's in. Took a shot. Allen gets it. A flag comes in late. That's going to be probably enforced on the kickoff. But Allen cuts in front, makes the catch. Lowry avenges a couple interceptions with an aggressive touchdown throw.
Man, how about it? He had protection, and that time, that is how a clean football looks. Being able to set his feet. You had two receivers. I think Rice was the other one that kind of like curled in there, but Will Allen getting the score. And we're going to see what the flag is officially before he put the points on the board.
I think it was unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, so that should be enforced, I believe, on the kickoff.
I'm going to say this. I don't think it's going to be a quick exit here at Fairview High after this game.
Yeah, some time. And of course, everyone's wrapped up trick-or-treating for the most part, and closer to 9:30.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a party here.
They might. I don't know if it's going to go full-on Independence. Are we going to see boom boxes and electric guitars and T-shirt cannons? I don't know if we're going to see all that, but
there's a shark here.
There is a shark here. I saw a giraffe and a shark.
Unsportsmanlike against the Warriors that will be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, so that will be enforced afterwards. They've yet to put the points on the board. There it is, a 50-33 lead for Fairview, pending the extra point, trying to make this an 18-point game. Fairview responding under pressure in this fourth quarter. They were feeling it, but the defense stepped up in a big way. Farkas's kick is up. It is good. 51-33 the score. 18-point lead with 2:23 to go. And Fairview just a few minutes away from their first ever playoff win in school history.
This is pretty special. This is very special to be a part of history here at this place. I mean, just listen to these fans.
Cheering on. And we were curious, because it is Halloween, how many people would actually show up tonight. We know everyone's out and about, and it's not a terrible night, honestly. It's pretty nice for the most part. And we had rain the past few days, and I'll tell you what, the folks here in Fairview Park showed up for their team, and they got a treat tonight with an offensive showcase, and just a few minutes away, as we said, from history for this beautiful school and this beautiful city.
Yeah, you talk about, what has been done here with this program. Again, Fairview has been a part of the Chagrin Valley Conference. I believe, 2 seasons, 3
Couple
seasons?
years now, yeah.
With the CVC. This is pretty special. It really is. And they have to work for it, too. Like, this is the team that they're going to beat here tonight. Unbelievable football team.
So the ball going to get placed at the 25-yard line, so the Freddies will get good field position here. And if we know what we saw in the first half, Fairview scored 15 points in about a minute. So you never say never in high school football. We've learned that plenty of times. Sparks is going to kick a line drive down to about the 23-yard line. That's where Gibson will take it. He's going to try and turn upfield, and he is going to be caught by Woodward and torn down. No chance for a long return there. And a good kick. And
by number 5, Caden Gibson.
Gibson had nowhere to go.
Mason Woodward.
Of course, you want to check ChagrinValleyConference.com, ChagrinValleyConference.com. We got multiple CVC teams in action for the playoffs. There's a few teams in the CVC that are in the playoffs but not playing this week on a bye.
Hawken and Perry, to name a few. Kirtland, a couple of those teams that you're used to hearing.
Yes. Yeah, and they'll be in action next week. Well, a story to keep track of. We'll talk a little bit more in post-game. The new format, how will those teams respond? But, man, what a game here.
Pitch handoff inside. Parker gets it from Toombs. And Parker going to get torn down. Short game, maybe of one. If that, we'll see where they mark the ball. Yeah, they'll give him about a yard.
21 Parker on the carry. Tackle made by 56, Daniel
You know,
Neal.
when we did Fairview games last year, I remember the first Fairview game we did last year was against Chagrin Falls right here. And, you know, we talked about, like, man, this Fairview offense, they're really good, but sometimes they go cold. That is not the story of this team this year.
Toombs with the carry now. He'll work his way at the middle, and he's going to get blown up and stopped. Fairview's defense has played so well in this fourth quarter.
Toombs on the carry. Stopped by 52, Jackson Habishaw.
Habishaw with another tackle. It seems like we've called his name every other play.
Down.
2 yards for Toombs.
And it's hard to say this, too, because, you know, obviously the Freddies scored 33 points, but Fairview defensively, you know, when it was time to do, like, they locked down defensively.
And when it came crunch time in this fourth quarter, the defense that stepped up the most was Fairview's in this game. That's why they were able to rebuild this lead. Pitch handoff, Toombs working to that right side, staying on his feet. Toombs still going. Toombs avoiding tackles left and right, brought down at the 47-yard line.
Gavin Toombs on the carry. Tackle made by number 5, Mason Woodward.
I should say rather the 43-yard line.
Fredericktown, first down.
You know, the only unfortunate part about the playoffs, only 7 teams are going to end their season with the W. That's your 7 state champions. So you think about all the seniors. Toombs is one of them. You know, for the Freddies, like, that could be his last run. Or the run coming up here. You know, so you think about those guys, you think about the season, and Toombs is going to head off the field. Or maybe head off the field, who knows. But
no, he's going to hang out in the receiver spot. 4 catches, 58 yards for Toombs, 19 carries, 144 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He also completed a pass today. Keeper for Sipes. He works his way to the middle. Sipes turns the corner. Sipes goes down the right sideline. Sipes is going to score. Blake Sipes.
Number 9, Blake Sipes, 57 yards for the Fredericktown
57-yard touchdown run. Kept himself.
Yeah, let's watch the run. Again, a senior as well. I mean, if this is his last run as a football player, gotta love it, right?
3 touchdown runs on the evening. Makes it 51-39. 16 seconds. Listen, 2-point conversion, onside kick. You never know what could happen.
If it was the regular season, I would be like, all right. But playoffs, anything goes.
Feels like Fairview built just enough of a lead to be okay here, but still 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Fairview scores 50 points for the 4th time this season. They had a 60-point game, but this is their 4th time in 11 weeks crossing the 50-point plateau. How impressive has this offense been, even despite the 3 turnovers?
Well, if we're going to talk some drama here, go for 2 here. You've got to get it, obviously.
One time down, so Sipes will keep it. Going to run in and score. So Sipes will get it.
So
51-41. You can kick it onside kick. You need a Hail Mary play. And then it has to be quick.
It's got to be quick. You got 16 seconds
then another
to do
onside kick.
Do it again.
Yeah, so it's not out of the realm of possibility, but
if you talk about probability,
it's tough.
It went from 1% to 3%. Maybe 5%.
This is why you always play to the last whistle. Fairview still in a good spot, up 10, but we figured we were going to have a high-scoring game tonight, and we promised that we delivered on that. 92 combined points on the field tonight.
Can we bring our music crew to our game next week, wherever we go? Man.
All right, so this is going to be key. If Fairview can recover this, it will be the ballgame. If they don't, if Freddies get it, there's still a door that's slightly open. Double A, you can go into your percentages later, you mathematician, but I'll tell you,
YouTube University has brought me very far.
This is crucial. Fairview gets this kickoff. They recover it. They'll clinch their first win in the playoffs in school history.
Comes down to the special teams.
Here it comes. Short kick, opposite side of the field. It's going to roll, and it's going to be taken by Fairview. It's going to be returned by Reese. He's going to get torn down at the 30-yard line. He just turned upfield and ran with it. And I'll tell you what, knee, and that should be it.
Yep, you call W on this one. What a performance.
I thought Reese maybe was going to take that for a second. I was like, oh, I didn't know he was going to come out with it like there. But he got that down to about the 30-yard line, and that's where I'd imagine one of the favorite play calls in a coaching playbook, victory formation, should be coming out for this group. And Burke Lowry throwing for over 320 yards and 4 touchdowns tonight. Did have 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Victory formation.
This is huge for this Fairview team, this school, the city that supports this team.
This community, man.
Came out tonight, even though it was Halloween. Lowry takes the knee, and that's it.
That'll give the Warriors the victory.
For the first time
First ever playoff victory.
in the playoffs, Fairview is a winner. The final score, 51 to 41.
Against Worcester Triway.
And Fairview's reward is the number 2 seed. Worcester Triway, a team that seems to find themselves always in the mix. Fairview putting their name in the hat, and they've officially arrived not only in the CVC winning the Metro Division this year, but in the playoffs with their first ever victory in school history. Double A, your thoughts on the game? It was a barn burner tonight.
I'm so happy we were here tonight. I really am. To see a community embrace what this coaching staff, what these players have done. Back the craziest stat, to not have back-to-back winning seasons since 1968 and 1969. You can now put 2024-25 in there, and you can also say a playoff W. This is special, and it's unbelievable. You think about, too, like from a football standpoint, like all the major plays this Fairview team had to make. I mean, 51 points is too many to name. How much they have done. I mean, we can roll some highlights as we talk through, but it's too many to break down.
Yeah, we
overall.
won't talk through them. We give you guys this watch as we talk about the guys individually tonight, which was fantastic. I mean, again, Burke Lowry, 17 of 21, 322, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He had a fumble as well, but more touchdowns than turnovers. What a game for him. Our CVC TV player of the game is going to be LaMarcus Clark. What he brought on a different level tonight is truly great. 176 yards rushing on 15 carries and 3 scores, couple catches, got the fumble recovery on the kickoff that really changed the tide in that first quarter after the Freddies came down and took that early lead, and Fairview essentially never looked back.
Yeah, it's just really, really special. You see a bunch of, multiple scores here, really getting things going for Fairview, and you're right, never looking back. And it was the defense, too, that really, really stepped in. I'm going to ask our production team if we can. Let's go back live, if we can, into the student section, because this is really special, what you're seeing here. This is the first here in school history, here at home. Nobody's leaving.
Yeah, people have moved out from in front of us and just moved down to be by the players where they were. Did the alma mater, obviously. First time ever that Fairview gets the win, and such an impressive showing from the Warriors tonight. Again, LaMarcus Clark is your CVC TV player of the game, of course, brought to you all postseason long by the Fairview Tavern. Appreciate our partners over just about a mile down the road from us here in Fairview Park, Ohio. But LaMarcus Clark, he's one of the underclassmen in this group. He's a junior. He's going to be back next season. Going to lose some of these guys, but they've got an amazing tailback who did everything tonight, from the defensive end to special teams recovering that fumble to offensively just dominating, running the football. For as gaudy as the numbers are, to have a running back who's able to carry the load like he did tonight on only 15 carries. to go for 175 yards and 3 scores. So impressive. I'll tell you what, I mean, this Fairview team, offensively, they can go with just about anybody in this division.
Yeah, I was watching Coach just now. We're going to watch them, do the Warriors Jacks, I believe, here. And don't tell me this team can't win next week. I mean, you want to talk about the offensive firepower that this team has been able to put together. And now the defense, I know you got the late touchdown, but the defense is starting to come together. And remember, too, last week, this team had to travel. Oh, my goodness, look at this. Look at this. This team last week had to travel to West Virginia. You think about bonding as a team late in the season when, you're at a major turning point in your year and you're on the road for that long of a trip. You could tell, I don't know if Coach really, completely laid it out there, but you can sense, man, when guys like to play for each other, that they really laid it out. That really set the tone for what could be. I mean, it's a special night already, but this could be a really, really special run.
This offense can go with anybody in Division 5, so we're going to be excited to see the results from next week as Fairview's going to head to Worcester Triway. We know how good that team is down there, and they'll have to head south. They get to stop a little bit short of West Virginia this time, but still.
I was going to say, after last week, the road trip next week won't be as that's like a walk there.
Cakewalk for them next week. But I'll tell you what, that's a tough team. It's a number 2 seed in Division 5 in this region, and looking forward to seeing the result. Fairview, not done by any means.
Yeah.
They've got some more work to do this year, and representing the CVC, doing a great job.
And they beat a great football team in the Freddies, of course, 8-2 in their own right. But Kyle, next week we're going to have, we don't know what game we're doing yet. Of course, ChagrinValleyConference.com. You want to check that out, who's winning and all the stuff going on there. Fairview's one of the teams that's moving on. But
we could make a trip to Worcester next week, no?
You could make a trip. I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind watching Fairview again, though. But you had other teams competing here tonight in the CVC. And then next week, with the new playoff format, the top 4 teams in each region got a bye. So you're going to see Kirtland in action next week, Hawken in action next week, and the number 1 seed in Division 4, Region 13, Perry, in action next week. Who they will face, we will find out later tonight.
It's going to be an interesting end of your Friday into the weekend to see what matchups shake out. But one thing you can guarantee is the CVC is going to be represented very well in the next round of the playoffs, and Fairview doing their part with that. Again, the final score tonight, 51-41. Here from Fairview Park, Ohio. For AA, I'm Kyle Cornell. I want to thank our entire group here that braved the Halloween night conditions. We're going to go celebrate Halloween, of course.
Joey and Jacob, and then Locke, and of course Pete doing a great job.
Yeah, we don't talk about Pete too much, but that's right. But again, appreciate you, of course, most of all watching. Again, the final score, one more time, 51-41. Fairview gets the win over Fredericktown here in our opening week of playoff action right here on CVC TV. We will see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, folks.